Jai, um, it's like it's the same, but the J comes from Jamie, so
Got you,
it's,
got you,
it's
got
the
you.
short version of it. Yeah, I used to just go by Nikki, by my middle name, but I was like, I need a persona. I
Yeah,
need
we
a
need.
fun
I need to get this on. All right, so
name.
it looks like we are live across the board, and bam. All right, so uh, hello, welcome again to Shooting the Shits, where we talk about anything and everything. There is no boundaries on my side, and we pretty much are just gonna dive into the world, what's going on, everything else. Uh, your host, Crack, Shadow, Caesar Eyestein, the man of a million names. I'll be your host today, and we have Queen J
Yeah,
out of
that's
Phoenix.
okay.
I know, right? Immediately. We got Queen
Yeah.
J, and she is a multi-talented, multi-faceted creator, podcasting, music, uh, every. It looks like you actually do more. You're also singing, right?
No, I don't. Well, okay, so I do. I just got into the whole production thing, so I'm starting to do the interviews. I'm possibly going to be going to shows and getting like permits. You have to obviously have to get permits and start recording, putting that on YouTube. I started music production like 3 years ago. That's why I came out to Phoenix, so I do that on the side. I'm gonna be doing reaction videos mostly for like hip hop, like just analyzing their lyrics, putting that out there. I might do some little funny reaction videos.
The
But
hit.
yeah, and then I have my main career that I've been doing for. I was an EMT for 10 years, LPN, and then I have my RN.
That's
So I do that
craziness.
on the. Yeah.
That's way that seems like way harder, way more socially
Yeah.
acceptable. Like I got to commend you a million times over on that because that's a job I couldn't do. I can go and do I can go be in the military no problem and do that side of the work, but having to see kids, that's the thing that always messed me up about that. The concept of it is like the stuff that you got to see is like nah. Take your work. You're not supposed to take your work home with you. I don't see how you can. You know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Especially when I was in the ER. Um, that was that was around COVID, and I saw what was crazy about the kids is the different type of genetic diseases that are out there. Stuff that I've never even heard of. This stuff that you can't learn everything by textbook. You come in and then I started talking to like the medical students and the residents and everything, and that's how you really learn a lot when you're able to have time with them and ask them questions like, what is this? Why are they having these symptoms? So it's like a learn as you go too when you're working ICU and PCU and ER.
Don't
Yeah,
tell people that.
but the genetics. Yeah, it's like how many genetic mutations are out there that can. It's insane with the children. So
Every single person, like, you're guaranteed to have at least three anomalies in your genetic code. So, like, that's just, in general, you can have, three. So that's, if you can have more. I mean, some people can have less, but on average, they're going to have three genetic. And that could be anything. That could be just never seen. It could be something that, we don't actually see, or it could be your production of white blood cells, or it could be, um,
hmm
those really heartbreaking cases where like you get like bone cancer, things of that nature. Like
oh yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
horrendous. Like the one that causes, what is it? It's like bone spurs. Like your bones, it when it fractures, it turns into spurs. So it's just stabbing you up on the
Oh
inside.
yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
craziness. So
And the
did you?
thing about cancer is I've kind of always known about it, but now I'm starting to get on YouTube and do like a little bit more research about nutrition and why cells, because those cancer cells are out of control. They're not normal cells, and they rely a lot on glucose, glycogen,
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature. And I'm like, people just don't realize when, like we were talking the other day, the big old coffee lattes with the sugar and the donuts first thing in the morning. Um, and I'm not saying cancer is all based off of like nutrition. That's not what I'm saying. You can get it from other things, genetic mutations, like we were talking about, environmental. Um, but when you find out that you do have cancer, it is very wise of you not to consume a lot of sugar because, especially your fast growing cancer cells, they rely on glucose.
Yes.
And the medical, a lot of the medical um, treatments and things like that, they don't mention that. So
Right.
you have to do your own research.
I wonder why. Why is that? Why would they not tell them the one thing that's necessary? I don't know. It's
Yeah, yeah.
maybe there's
Like
a
diet.
yeah. Oh man, you mean the thing that all of us like as Americans especially like probably need to pay attention
Hmm.
to. We have our friends in Canada and Mexico that when they eat the cereals and the breads that they do, they get a different
Hmm.
product than we do. It can be produced here in the United States, and still they change the formulas for our neighbors because we get the crazy dyes and things like that. Like
Yep.
you know what the red dyes are made of, right? Like the bad one. What is it? Red 46 or red 48?
Yeah, red 40.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I want to say, I can't think of the actual name.
Is it, I don't know the name of the parasite, but it's made of parasites that are red,
Uh huh.
and they take and they dry them out, and then they just grind them up, and that's what makes the dye.
Oh, I did hear about that part. I'm
Hmm.
thinking about actual chemicals,
Yeah,
like
I mean
fluoride and all that kind of stuff.
that's a whole nother
Oh,
story. Like
that's a whole nother story that they be.
that be I mean
They're trying to ban the red 40, but I'm like, why is it still out?
right. No other country allows it. I mean, we have so many things in our country that other countries have banned. Like Mountain Dew in itself is just banned. Like
Mm-hmm.
they don't. It's illegal in the UK. Why is it available here, and why did they ban it? And they'll be like, oh, it's like California, how they everything causes cancer. It's like no. They're actually looking out for their citizens and saying, hey, you guys, if they're gonna sell this and we can't stop them, like probably just know that it causes cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that it's
Yeah, it's like the Skittles. Look at all the different dyes that are in the Skittles. I don't think they. I think Europe banned it.
yeah?
Europe definitely banned the red 40.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That
I mean,
was
their dyes
last
are
celebrated.
made. I mean, you look at our Australian buddies. They're when it comes to dyes, like orange is carrots. It's beta carotene and just it's not bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas ours, like we have to get all of our like oh I just seen that the other day, blueberries and strawberries that are in like the cereals, the your blueberry bars and things like that, where you think that you're
Mm-hmm.
biting into a blueberry, that is a synthetic blueberry. It's like 4% blueberry if it says blueberry, and it's the rest
Mm-hmm.
are like a petroleum based product. So like it's the same shit that they use for rubber molds. Why the fuck?
Yeah.
Why is that in food? Nerds. Nerds. Florida did a study of all the candy that was on the market, and
Mm-hmm.
Nerds was the number one. It was like the worst thing for you. And it says that if you eat 90 Nerds, that you have your cyanide. Um, I believe it's cyanide. Cyanide. You've reached your allotted amount for the year with 90 of them.
Jeez.
90. I'm like,
That-
man, I eat boxes of that shit. Like as a kid, I was eating
Growing
tons of
up
that
as a
shit.
kid, yeah. Fruit
9,000,
roll
like
ups.
what? So
Yeah, Kool-Aid. Oh man,
yeah,
you think about everything that has dye in it. I do remember growing up and not. I would eat the like cornflakes and stuff like that. I really wasn't into like the sugary,
me
like
too.
the fruity pebbles type of. Yeah, I kind of stayed away from that even as a
I mean,
kid because
I
I knew
did.
something wasn't right
I
about it.
still did eat it, but it wasn't my. I had an old
Yeah.
man like an old soul type shit. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna eat my damn Crispex. It's one of my favorite cereals. Like,
Uh-huh.
but then I've come to find out though. I
Raisin
mean,
bran.
Raisin Bran, my shit. But come to find out though, that's actually it's as bad, if not worse, for you than those sugary cereals because of the glyphosates that are in all of our grain and our wheat. And then you look at how they're so look at um, anything of bread, like anything, and look at the ingredients, and it's gonna have um, glyphosate as an ingredient. And then
Yeah.
you look at the what's the other one where they are because the glyphoside's just from Roundup essentially, like it's just from the spray, but the enriched, everything says enriched. With
Rich,
what?
yeah. I
What are
mean,
we enriching it?
stripping of it nutrients.
Yeah, and they're adding gluten. Like, notice the rest of the world doesn't have gluten allergies, but we actually have gluten allergies. We used to, you know, we used to like just laugh at the idea of you're allergic to bread. Really, freaking bread. But it's not. It's not the bread. You can go to Europe and be just fine. You can go to Canada, be just fine. But not here.
Italy,
Not here.
yeah.
Well, there's something in it. There's, and then we have the autoimmune diseases, which I have, an autoimmune that comes from our bodies. In some cases, not everybody, but comes from
Hmm.
the vaccines, because you have a foreign body that's not going to leave your body ever, and so it creates
Yeah,
this
it stays
this
dormant.
over yeah it creates this over active immune system fighting everything, even your own body.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
but they allow it. I thought we had the FDA for a reason, but it's obviously they're not. It's known that the people, what do they call it? A revolving door, going from the FDA into government. It's like, hey, what the? We probably shouldn't have that, because like, they have a conflict of interest.
Yeah. Well, it's all pharmaceuticals. So, look at type 2 diabetes, hypertension, obviously cancer. Those are money making, those three, heart disease,
Mm-hmm.
those are money making machines. And what does, so with diabetes, um, when you're eating the breads and all that kind of stuff, so then, you have a spike in your blood sugar, and then now you have a spike in your triglycerides, because it's not fat, it's your high glucose levels that is causing you to have the cholesterol in your bloodstream. So then now you're reliant on cholesterol medications. Well,
Right.
then that increases your risk of heart attack and a stroke. Okay, so and then a heart attack. To have a heart attack, it's like $80,000 for the treatment, 100 grand for, yeah, 100 grand for open heart surgery. You think about how much, and that's just the basics. That's not including everything else. Chemotherapy, radiation. So yeah, they're gonna put stuff in our food and they're gonna leave it there because, I know for me, um, I have type 2 diabetes myself.
Okay.
So yeah, so when I eat any type, now I don't eat bread and stuff like that anymore. Every once in a while I do. It's like once a week or something like that, just so I can go to the gym and have some type of like energy so I can run. But
But it's
it's
not
very
bread specifically,
sparingly.
right?
Yeah, but I can feel my glucose go up. I can feel the crash, like it spikes up and then it starts to drop, so then you get tired, and then I can feel the effects of the enriched and all the chemicals that are in the bread itself. Does that make any sense?
It does.
Because it's affecting my body in a certain way. So then when your blood sugar spikes, then you start holding on to water, and then we don't get enough potassium, magnesium, and all the electrolytes in our diet.
We didn't
So
even
then
get.
we have an imbalanced fluid.
Yeah, we
It's
didn't
all
even get the
type. I
right
mean, and
vitamins.
all this vitamins too, yeah, vitamins, minerals. Minerals is a thing too, where we don't have that in our diet like that. And then the supplements that we do take are not enough. Like 99, I think it's 99 micrograms or 99 milligrams of potassium in one pill.
Yeah.
You need to take 47 of those to get enough potassium a day. 47 of them.
So,
And
what do you do for that?
yeah,
Like,
so
what's a way to get potassium? What's because that's not one that, I mean, they say bananas, but bananas are, man. You look at the way that bananas are made today,
fructose.
crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
They be gassing those bananas. Have you seen that? Like,
No,
no.
I didn't see that.
So when they get them, they get them off the tree green, green as can be, and then
Mhm.
they put them into a room, like it's a huge, like it looks like a kiln, but it's multiple, like, stories. It's like 2 stories of just bananas all the way up, and it's a long hall, and they just throw CO2 in there to be able to elongate the life of the banana, because otherwise bananas, you might have 5 days. They're not even going to make it from wherever we got them from. Like, they're really short-lived things, but you have that gas has been a treatment for them since the 80s, and then you look at the all of the produce is being sprayed by It's a Bill Gates company as well. Oh, I cannot remember the name of that company, but it's essentially you'll see the label on all of your fruit, and it says that if it says that, it means that that shit is not ever gonna go bad. That shit is gonna stay good for a long time. It's like,
Yeah.
is that good for you, or like what are we doing here? It is not good for
Right.
you, but we don't. But
This might sound nasty. I had a bag of potatoes that I forgot about, and it was in my pantry. Now I had them things in there 4 months, and I took them out because I'm like, I'm not gonna be eating potatoes. I need
yeah,
to stop. Right? They were not rotten. They looked, yeah, they looked the same like the day I bought them.
that's not
Seriously,
food. That is
that's
not
not
food.
good. That's not good. I was like, why are they not rotten? Why don't they have a? Because they used to rot within like a week or two if you didn't cook them, right? Not anymore.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
I still threw them away because I was like, I don't. I think they're like
It's
the
fine.
insides were
Yeah,
probably dry.
it's fine.
Yeah, I got them out. I got. I don't know. I just, then you see all these seedless watermelons, seedless fruit,
Yep.
um, hibernated fruit. Like a grape doesn't mix with a kiwi. Why are you
Right.
like? Why are we eating stuff like
It's
this?
it's worse than that. Like, okay, so GMO, there's a couple different ways to look at GMO, which is like, corn itself is a GMO. Like, it's not something that,
Hmm.
that our body readily processes anyway, but it's a GMO, but that's because it's genetically modified through selective breeding, not necessarily through, like through the CRISPR, through the gene editor. But you have tomatoes, and they decided that they wanted to put in fish DNA, and they wanted to put in orange DNA, and they wanted like they're crossplay animals, fruits, vegetables. We don't even care. Like, we're just gonna put whatever it takes to make that thing do what we want it to do. We want bigger, and we want more. So pretty much just essentially water absorption, and they wanted a thicker skin to keep it for longer. So that's where the
Hmm.
fish came in, because their eggs, whatever it was, their eggs were very hard or dense, and it translated to the tomato um, um, skin. And so we're that's to me that's GMO. Like, selective breeding and things like that. Like, that's not. It is GMO, but it's not. Like, it's not the thing that they're
Hmm.
doing with the other thing and the thing and the thing. Like, they're doing a lot of stuff with our food genetically. Like I said on the last one on your pod, that you know they're putting mRNA vaccines into our lettuce and our tomatoes right now. Like, they're just allowing that to be the case. And it's like, yo, did anybody sign up or agree to this or say that that's okay? Like, is anybody even looking? Does anybody
They
care?
ain't right. Because I think I watched a documentary a long time ago. Can't think of the name of it. It was a very like popular one on Netflix,
Yeah.
and it was about the GMO and everything. Well,
Was it
one
Food
of
Inc?
the farmers, it probably was. Remember the farmer that got caught? He was trying to plant his own seed or
Yep.
something like that
Yep.
on his land, and the government came in. Like you can get like major fine. They can do whatever because it wasn't the GMO type of like.
That
They had to give him.
Yeah, that's
Um,
Monsanto. That's Monsanto right there,
yeah, Monsters.
screwing
Yeah.
every single farmer. That if you're a farmer, you're getting fucked by them, because they're selling you on the Roundup, which is the phosphates, glyphosate. The glyphosate that's ending up in our stuff is specifically from Roundup, because it's a weed resistant, like, it's a weed killer. And these
Hmm.
are,
Right.
and all the GMO is to stop it from being, it's modified to not, be considered a weed and die from the stuff. But, like, yo, if we breathe that stuff in, or eat it, we die. Like, we don't have that gene editing going on. So, yeah, no,
Yeah.
but that's them doing the whole crop thing. Is like their their IP, like their intellectual property, um, is patenting living life, and saying that it's theirs. Like, they did that with the soy crop. With soy, that's what was on Food Inc.
Yeah. Soy
was
is so dangerous.
the what?
Oh, soy is so dangerous.
It's definitely. I mean, it's got
Yeah.
there's so many reasons for it too. Like, why is that our number one crop in America, when I don't know anybody that eats soy on purpose? Like,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. It's in everything.
you know,
It's definitely increases your body's estrogen. I know that for
it's a yes,
sure.
it's a pseudo estrogen.
Um.
Like, it gives all the signals of estrogen, but it isn't actually. But it is. Your body is going to get the signals as if.
Right.
Because I used to love edamame. I thought edamame. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's a fucking soybean. Oh, shit. Like,
Well, did you know the change to your body when you started eating a lot of?
no,
Did you eat a lot of them?
no,
You knew
and I
that
and I
too.
was too
Okay,
though
yeah.
because I worked at
It
a
is.
Japanese restaurant, but I didn't notice a change. The
Okay.
same way I didn't notice a change. I was on, so it's because I have an autoimmune disease. I have Crohn's disease, so I would do.
Mm-hmm.
I had an uncle that was telling me about how he was able to not have any issues whatsoever, and that's how like that's the idea. So what he did is he would do steroids, injectable steroids. So I was like, okay, like, for performance, say if you use
Mm-hmm.
10 milligrams for performance, he's only using half to 1 milligram for a cycle. So, like, it's next to nothing. So I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to try that. Changed my life entirely. Like, I felt amazing. I didn't have any issues with my autoimmune. Like, it was a wonderful time. But when I went to the doctor, he's like, so, it's the annual or whatever, and he's looking through and he goes, yeah, so there's something really concerning in the tests, and it looks like an average male has a testosterone rate of over 400. Females
Mm-hmm.
can be, in the 200 range, like somewhere around 200. You have 12. What? He's like, yeah, it's very concerning. Have you noticed a difference?
Yeah.
Do you still have balls? Like, he literally asked me, he's like, do you still have balls?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it
man.
would shrink a
Like,
little.
yeah, no, everything's good. He's like,
Yeah.
your sex life is fine. Like, you're able to do stuff. Yeah, I'm fine. Are you moody or anything? I don't think so. It's like,
Uh-huh.
okay, well then that leads me to the next part, which is this has to be a tumor on your pituitary. Like that's what he was getting. He's like, so that means that's gonna lead me to believe that this is gonna be a tumor on your pituitary, and those are very difficult to operate on. So this is very serious. So he sent me over that
Uh-huh.
same day to go do a brain scan, and I didn't get a call for 2 weeks. He didn't call me, did nothing. I'm just sitting there going, So for the first week, I'm going, freaking out, like going, I'm gonna fucking die. That's pretty much how that's
Mm-hmm.
gonna go. Um, and by the end of the first week, I was like, it's crazy. And I'm like, all right, I was able to get through all the stages pretty damn quickly, I guess. Like, but it was like, okay, well, it is what it is. I can't really help it. The following week, I got a call from him. He's like, hey man, just wanted to let you know, yeah, we didn't see anything. We're gonna redo the blood work and let's see where you're at. Okay, sounds good. And
So
fucking,
you didn't tell him the secret. You didn't tell him the secret
I
sauce.
didn't, I didn't, but I knew that I didn't take replacement, so I wasn't taking testosterone to replace what I was losing because I thought that it was so little that it wouldn't matter. But it didn't really
Right.
change my anything about me. But I don't know why. I have no idea what the issue, like why it didn't cause issues. But like,
You didn't have like the aggression, the change in mood,
nope.
nothing like that.
But I'm typically a pretty level, level emotionality or emotionally, like I'm pretty level-headed. So
Yeah.
if I were to, then it would be noticeable to not only me but everybody around me. They'd be like, "Yo, why are you tripping, man? Like something's wrong, like for real."
Something wrong. Yeah, for real.
If
Yeah,
if you see me flipping out, like you something is really wrong.
yeah. Yeah.
Like I think that
And
might
see,
have.
that's what women have to deal with when they're dealing with the birth control. It's just like a try and error. You try it, see if it works or not, and then I know years ago they tried to put me on like the pills,
Yep.
and I went to a like not like a psychotic rage or nothing like that, but I was just so irritated, just so I knew to get off. I took myself off, and I never ever got back on any type of like birth control or anything like that because
Oh.
I'm like, it's not natural. Not, I don't like nothing messing with the hormones. The hormones aspect of it is pretty.
It's important.
If you're not careful, it is important, but it can also cause damage that can't be like reversed. Does that make sense?
It does, and
Um,
both mentally and physically. Like the physical different.
especially the mental part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The mental part's the part that it's it's subjective, so people don't really. It's hard to measure. Like they're not measuring that. Like the physical, they can always say like that's why Alex Jones. I said it on the last one. Like the turn of the frog's gay. That plays in my head all the time because of the fact that he was actually right all those years ago. He was actually right in the sense that um, they were using. So it's not even using anything. They're not doing it. Like they don't have to do anything. They just go here. All the females take estrogen and so on. Like take these estrogen pills to essentially prolong your period and your your birth control. I'm just gonna say that. So
Mhm.
so what happens to all that estrogen though? Estrogen is a forever chemical that when it goes through the treatment plants, it actually can't remove estrogen from the water. So,
So
it,
imagine that in our fat cells, because that's where a lot of it loves
yeah,
fat.
and it's gonna come right back though because you're gonna pee out your estrogen, the excess or whatever, and the
Mhm.
chemical part of it.
Mhm.
You're gonna pee some of it out. It's gonna go to the treatment plant and it goes right back to the houses. So it's just cycling and then growing in
I see what you're
concentration.
saying.
So and
I see what you're saying.
that
Yeah.
over time, if you look at our society, and I have no problem with anybody, whatever your preference is, that's what you do. Like I don't care.
Mhm.
What was J Cole say? He said, uh, "Who you fuck don't make me come, and what you eat don't make me full." So same. I don't care what you do.
Right.
You can do whatever the hell you want to
Yeah.
do, um, as long as it don't
Same
hurt.
here. I don't care.
As long as it don't hurt another person or property, I don't care, man. Have a fucking blast. But when it comes to impeding in other people's freedoms in their life, like yeah, I do have a problem with that.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
with society and the way it's gone, I mean, we've um, it started as androgyny, like not being able to tell the difference between male and females. Like it started like in the roughly in the '60s or so with men having long hair, and then you see the progression in women as well through the '80s and such,
Short
where
hair.
you start getting the short
Mhm.
hair, you start getting the shit with shoulder pads. Like back in the '80s, like they was rocking shoulder pads so they could be more business like. But it was
Yeah.
like the androgyny of society doing that, plus slowly knowing that this estrogen is building up in the system. You're going to have softer males. It's just going to happen. And is
Mhm.
there
Mhm.
anybody out here that can look around at the younger generation and go, y'all aren't soft, not at all. Y'all are. I don't see anybody saying that. Like that, if shit pops off, I don't know how well they're gonna do. But it's
Well, and it's just environmental. A lot of it is, upbringing.
yeah,
It's in our media.
yeah.
So you get it in entertainment, which I don't care. I have no,
Nope.
my mom is actually gay, by the way. So yeah,
That
she
one always
is.
gets me. That one always gets me when it's like my parents are gay.
Yeah.
How'd you
Well,
get?
back in the 70s, yeah, I said the same thing. Well, she was like, hey, back in the 70s and 80s, it wasn't accepted.
Yeah,
So then you get and you get the political part of it too. Everything ties into it. Um, Ideology.
yep.
So yeah, she couldn't come out and be like, "This is what I am." It wasn't acceptable in the family,
Mm-hmm.
definitely, because I came from, like I told you the other day,
Yeah,
a conservative Christian family.
yep.
Uh, they go by the principles of the Bible or what the Bible says. That's how I grew up. So she was very afraid to come out. And then it wasn't until it was probably about 13, 16 something. It's been like 13, 15 years or something like that. She came out. She was like, I'm tired of living in the closet.
I mean,
Um,
nobody wants to
you
have to
know,
sustain that way. Nobody wants to have to live, um, in a
but
way
she
that
always knew.
she always knew.
Yeah, she always knew. Yeah, she always had an attraction to the other side or, to females, even when she was in like grade school.
Nope.
Even I think she even said back in preschool, when she was younger, she
Yeah,
just noticed other little girls or whatever. As you develop over time, and you just yeah, so that's basically what happened. It was just society. Society basically made her feel ashamed of being what she wanted or knew what she was.
which
And then
and that's not right. Like that's obviously not anything that I can agree with, and nobody wants that for anybody to live that life. But I also believe in like how it is now, where this ideology of being gay is it's in all aspects of life. Like you know, we don't see very many trans people here in the panhandle of Florida. It's just there may be a couple, so they're less than 1% of the population. Um, so that doesn't really, my kids aren't going to see that, and they go, well, you got to expose them so they don't become, they don't hate. Kids don't naturally hate though. Like they're not going to just naturally just be like, hey, I don't like that.
no,
They're typically told what to believe, and
they're
then
taught.
they go with
Yeah,
it.
it's taught.
So
Yeah.
when they're not exposed to it here, but you want to expose them to it. Both my girls came home and said that they were pansexual and what was it? It was pansexual and gender fluid. I said, I don't understand hands.
Your two oldest daughters?
And my two daughters,
You
yeah,
have two
yeah,
older daughters?
two of
Teenagers?
my two youngest, and they both it was both when they went into sixth grade. Sixth grade is what did it,
Mm.
and as soon as they got to the middle school, they were like, "Hey, I'm paying," and they both did it at different times. You know, they were 5.5 years apart, so like they experienced this and so on. And I just it happened first with my older daughter Emily, and so she goes when she told me that I was like, well, okay, so have you kissed a boy? And she's like, yeah, I kissed a boy. I was like, and then all right, but have you kissed a girl? And she's like, well, no. Oh, well then, how do you know what kind of sexual you are? Like you don't know yet. Like I wouldn't even put labels on it. Why are you putting labels on things
But
so early?
do you feel like that's just the age? Because it's all about peer. You want to fit in with your peers, right?
Yep.
That's the age part. So do you think it's just like an experimental thing that's part of their normal development?
Not normal
And
development.
they
No.
couldn't do that back and they couldn't do that back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s,
No.
but now it's more acceptable in society. You think that's why they're doing it? What do you think?
I think. I mean, I can't say that I think that they are that they weren't able to do it because like if somebody's gay now, then they come out as gay and they accept everybody accepts that, no problem. But when you're you know here where you have in her case specifically, I was like, okay, so pansexual is just bisexual with extra steps, because like if a trans woman is a woman according to your logic, then that means that they're just women now. So you're just like women. So okay, that's just a woman, and the same thing for a man that or a woman that goes to a man. It's the same thing. They're now a man. You're just bisexual with extra
Mhm.
steps, like, and that's fine, whatever. And so
Yeah.
they say that, and she's like, okay, yeah. And I was like, and if you don't know until you know, like, if you haven't kissed a girl, then you don't know if you're going to enjoy that sensation. If you haven't done these things, then you don't know. Um, so let's
What did
not.
she respond? Did she respond because the way that person looks, she's attracted to him?
That's what I said. I
Is
was
it?
like, name some females and males that you find attractive, and she's like, what? I think that women are beautiful. I was like, me too, but that doesn't mean
What?
that
Yeah.
we're
So
looking
do
at it from the same
I.
perspective, you know.
Right. Right.
And she's like, okay. So we kind of like I let her sit on that, and I was like, the other part is like, um, gender fluid. It's like she was always a tomboy, always. Like she always wanted to be. She's rough and tumble. She's freaking. She doesn't
Mhm.
like pink and all that stuff. Like she was always a tomboy, which is cool. And she could be whatever she wanted. I used to joke when I was her mom was pregnant. I used to say like, I don't know. If I wanted to have all 10 toes and and 10 fingers, 10 toes, and probably be a lesbian, just so I don't have to worry about all the dudes. Like that would be great.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I used to joke and her to come back with
Yeah.
this. So I
Hey,
had.
now, but you got man.
I was saying yes.
That's why I say words are powerful, man. You speak things into existence. I tell everybody that. Everybody, you gotta watch what you say.
You
Well,
definitely weight the probability, but like so she said when she
mhm.
said gender fluid though, I was like, so some days you feel more male, some days you feel more feminine, but I don't understand how it makes you one or the other. Like I feel like you're just it's like I just don't think that the labels. It's too many labels for me. Is what it is. It's not. I don't care
Yeah,
what you do, but like you're labeling things before you really know them, and then you're just making it. You know, I don't care if you're a they, them, her, him. It doesn't matter. You tell me what to call you because I don't necessarily always know just by looking. Sometimes she has a mustache, and it's like, oh, if you're not even trying, that's the part that gets me though. If you're not even trying, you look
mhm.
like a dude, and you just go, yep, today I'm a lady. I,
Yeah.
all right, Bill. I have a mustache, beard. You're not gonna dress in a dress. You're just gonna. That's sexist. Destroy the patriarchy. What the fuck?
And you see that nowadays, like one day they'll have a beard or whatever, and then maybe a couple days or next day they're in a dress with a wig or wearing makeup, and it's just like I don't I don't see it as confusion. I just think they're tapping into the part of the brain that they have this desire to be both.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be both. They want to be accepted as both. Um, it's I don't know.
I
It's
don't
just like
mind it.
it's not an experiment or nothing like that. That I'm just thinking that makeup and it
It's
definitely
just
might. I don't. Oh, I can hear myself.
I had been paying attention mention the comments here. That was my fault. My bad, y'all.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't see the comments by the way.
Yeah,
I can probably get home. Let me get on the live. Let me get on the live.
that's exactly. I had to get on the live and
Yeah, let
look.
me get on there. Yeah, I don't want to say anything because I'm for everybody. I just yeah. Let me go to the.
Does it say black screen?
I'm gonna turn it up. Yeah, on my side is black.
Well, this was an audio podcast today. The recordings will be out and all the clips.
Well, it says that on IG.
Yeah, same. That's awesome. Well, don't worry, people. It does exist. The video will be played live again, right after this. Let's see here. What's going on? Why we in the darkness? Yeah, welcome to the shit show, where we typically have at least one technical error. We've had two so far. Alright, let's
Yeah.
see. What the hell is going on here? Because normally my wife would be like, hey, she'd give me the heads up.
Oh, she watched. Yeah, watching too. Yeah.
Oh.
Now, are you?
Nope, I got it. It was
Okay.
one button.
That's usually what it is.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Let's see, Facebook, filters, Riverside, bam.
Oh, okay.
Let's go, bro. Come on, man. All right. So let's see here. So how long we been? I don't even know how long we've been on. It's only been 30 minutes of darkness. And again, is it showing now on your side?
Not on IG. It's not. But I haven't been on the other platforms.
It shows everything. Yeah. I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Good thing we got on to
Exactly.
check.
And not only that, but that's yeah, exactly. Just go through the darkness the whole time. But either way, like that's the thing I'm doing with Cigar Talk, is I'm actually doing his live this Saturday. Like just gonna go through and have it play as a live, so I can sit there in the chat. I'm gonna start putting these out and putting it live, like 24/7 type shit. Because I've got enough episodes where people haven't done, they haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And I bet you that's what my wife said. I bet she's like, she texted me or something. I don't know, she didn't. Surprise. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, peoples.
Yeah. You're good. On my side. Yeah, it still doesn't say. Doesn't show us on IG.
It's showing me now. Like I see exactly what's on screen now, and it shows that it's on and it's working, but I see in the preview screen that it's not. So we'll get it there. But we can move on because like I said, it will be, and I'm gonna actually I've got my tech support coming out.
Yeah.
My wife is my tech support. I'm in a technology company, and my wife is still my tech support. Like, come on.
Is she really good at that?
Yeah, we actually met each other at AT&T tech support.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, yeah, that's one of those stories, man. Like, it's actually really funny. Like, I'm not one for what is it called, predestination, like fate. Like, I don't believe in fate, but I do believe.
Oh, I do.
Like, really? See, I don't think it's fate so much as it is we get to choose our, like, there's this path. I bet she thought.
Well, I feel like there's multiple possibilities, okay? And I was talking to somebody on live about this before.
Oh, tech support's here. Alright. So let's see. Were you listening? No. Still live. You singing it up. Tonight's performance. That'd be my wife. She said hi.
Hi.
Let's see.
What do you need? No, I saw your text. What do you
We're
need?
black screen right now.
Yeah, it's black screen.
Okay.
And I don't know why. It's evidently been like that for like half an hour.
Okay.
Gotta love it. Yeah,
Well, there's my boobs.
Hi,
Yeah.
boobs.
Let's see.
It's in the OBS for sure.
Yeah, but what screen is it on? That's the question.
You can see right down there. It's supposed to be sources, and it's supposed to be on Riverside. See?
Right, but it's got to be on. Something is active for it.
Something. I like the answer. Something that sounds very technical.
I swear to God, I'm gonna hit you. I don't know why I talk to you.
Me either.
Yeah.
Because you're broken. Remember? We figured this out.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like in a relationship.
Subconsciously, you guys
Do it.
got attracted to each other subconsciously.
See, I always say like so. I used
The
to
world.
joke and say that like so in every relationship, there somebody settles. Like like you're not you may be equals, but you're not equals as far as your capability or like
Yeah.
sometimes people be getting people outside their range essentially, and so like somebody settles in every relationship, and I for the longest time I said she's definitely the one that settles, like because like yeah she's got her pick of the litter and she's super smart, capable, beautiful, so it's like yeah I obviously she settled, and then I was like yeah but I'm broken, I'm fucked up, and the fact that she picked me, I mean that really makes she's fucked up, so who's really settling here?
I am fucked up, so.
Yeah. I think all of us are. Well,
Yeah, on some level.
what I think is like going back to that whole thing of like synchronicities and destiny and all that kind of stuff. I'm looking at it too. It's still black. That's why I'm not like worried about finding my soulmate or whatever you want to call it, relationship in the future or whatever, because I'm like, the path that I'm going down and that path that people go down, they will, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But there's infinite possibilities. So I believe that one person might have multiple soulmates. It's like, what does your soul need at that time? Like, you guys came together because, and you guys may be married for the rest of your lives because she's helping you heal certain aspects of you, and you're helping her heal. You know what I'm saying? Like that's for every relationship, marriage, and all that. There's
it's a good one.
purpose. Yeah, I mean, there's a purpose in, especially with marriage. Marriage is different than just being a boyfriend and a fiance. I'm sorry, it's a deeper. I feel like it's a deeper soul tie.
But what's the difference? Okay, so let me ask you this then. What's the difference between getting married and just telling everybody else that you're married and getting a name change and wearing a ring? Like, what's the difference between those two things?
I feel like the government has really messed that up as far, like, the land has really messed up how marriage is looked at.
Yep.
To me, I told you because I came from that conservative background.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're with that person for 10 years, it's technically common law. You've been with that one person for 10 years. All you need to do basically is just make that decree that you're with that person and it's like being married, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're on.
And we're back. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this. I'm gonna hit this intro just because I haven't got to use it enough.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit this intro real quick. I'm sorry. I know it was right in the middle of your point. Actually, how rude.
No, you're good. You're good. I got that point.
I got ADD like a mom. Booyakasha! Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm digging that intro gets me hype every time. I'm like, yeah, that shit. I've been doing this shit for like I think we're on. It's over 2 years, but like we got 120 something episodes right now. We've had like
That's
80 some
that's
guests, and I
awesome.
just now was like, I should probably do an intro. Like, I make music. We can do this. We have the technology.
Yeah, you got the technology. Yeah, yeah.
Do you use all the stuff in your show?
Because I'm so new, I'm just learning as I go. Um, type thing.
I think that's how it works,
Like I
right?
had, yeah, I had a couple, like Black Silver. He's told me a couple things that I could like do, like when I put out the videos, have music in the background, have your overlays, put your logo on there, make sure there's no watermarks. That's a big
Mm-hmm.
thing. Um, just the simple stuff, and then like I said, I learn as I go. Like so I don't mess people's names up before I even get started. How do you say your name? If it's like one of those like difficult
Yes.
ways to pronounce, that's a new thing for me. Cause like I will mess your name up for sure.
So fast. So
Yeah,
fast.
like I say words all the time that's wrong, and I'm like at this point I'm not apologizing. I'm not gonna be ashamed for it. I say what I say, and that's it. And I won't go back and fix it on mine. That's one thing I won't do because I
No?
got that country accent,
Yeah.
kind of
Yep.
like that southern accent. I say things that's gonna be different, ways of saying it than somebody that's in the Midwest or out here, out west here. So
Like,
I'm
for
like,
sure,
I'm
for
not gonna
sure.
really, yeah.
But that's
Oh,
what.
going back to what you're saying about the whole marriage and stuff like that. Yeah, so my mom and dad, they were together. They were not married. They were together for 10 years, okay? Technically, like why would you need a ring and paperwork for that? You've
Right.
already made that long commitment to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about like your short relationships, 6 months, year.
To some people, a year it is the that's
Yeah.
it's the biggest thing in the world. Because like I've seen some people go go straight all the way down to the bottom after they lose that person. I was like, how long were y'all even dating? It was the best year of my life. Stop
Mhm.
playing.
Mhm.
Stop playing. Like what? It's a year. You could do a year like doing anything.
That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. That ain't
Like,
nothing.
because people ain't they're on their best behavior for the first like 5.
The first 6 months at least.
Oh well, if they already broken after that, then like yeah, it's a whole other story.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always
We're
seen
not
past the
sponsored.
bullshit. Yeah. Right. I've always seen past the bullshit real quick because I like that behavioral analysis. I like studying the human mind and behavior patterns and stuff. So it's not like I'm watching, my boyfriend like a hawk and seeing if when he's gonna mess up. But you don't want to be naive either. You don't want him to walk on like eggshells, but you do want to pay attention to like is he consistent? Is he gonna be? Is that like does he show up? Does he seem selfish? Does he have condescending remarks all the time? Does he talk to you a certain way that's not very?
Say
You gotta
hell
watch for
no.
all that. How you gonna live with something like that? How you gonna make it to 10 years? Uh, being with somebody that makes you feel shameful and you can't be yourself and just have that narcissistic tendency, or that a lot of people aren't diagnosed with narcissism because they won't go and be diagnosed
That's
because they
hard.
don't believe they have a problem, but
Narcissism is the
you
hardest
can
one to like.
tell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very hard. But you can beat a narcissist really quickly. All you got to do is show them the mirror essentially. Like you just show them the mirror, which is like it's an analogy for when you tell somebody about themselves, like, and they immediately like just project that right back to you. They're like, no, 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 and then they'll see it as your problem instead of theirs. Like, but
Mhm.
we're all there was a neuropsychologist. She studied the brain and psychology, and she did a test on herself because she was like she's curious about the um, perceived reality and self-image, and so she was looking at the she did a diary for an entire year, like just make sure you're filling it out, well, like you're filling it out
Mhm.
um, accurately every day. Like don't do your emotions. Say exactly what actually happened, not like it. And yes, say what you felt that day, but just don't let it affect the writing. Give the facts. So it's
Mhm.
and so she does that for a whole year, and then after that year, she went back and she read it. She's like, so her thing was she was gonna go read it. She makes a prediction of how she thought the year went before she read it, and she had remembered that she was way more charitable. That she was not only charitable, but she had gotten her boyfriend, like they had broken up because he was such a jerk and so on, and she thought that she had given. Hey puppy. She thought that she had given. I told you he just comes banging through. Hey. Yo, back up, fool. Hey, what you doing, dog? There's wires over there, boy. There's wires over there. Yeah, he's just chaos. He's the biggest punk.
He looks massive.
He is huge. He's
he don't look that.
Yeah, he's not tall. He's just fat. He's not tall. He's just fat. Oh, God. Yeah, he's a big boy. And he does whatever the hell he wants. I was like, what you doing, dog? What you doing? You guys want to see my butthole?
He thinks you're a lap dog. Oh.
He thinks he is.
He thinks he's a lap dog.
Dude,
Yeah. Oh, he's got a pretty face too. He does have a pit face.
He does. He's like, who's talking about me? He is a pit bull and a cane corso. Jesus Christ. And he goes crazy. Like that's his thing. He is just all energy all day, and there is no stopping it. He just wants to fuck shit up. He is chaos. But he was abused.
Oh no.
Yeah, we got him from a place where he was just locked in a cage for pretty much his whole life. Like I think we got him. He was 9 months. And he just pretty much been in a cage or locked to a very short runner. And so it's like, dude, they require pit bulls. They require a shit ton of attention. Like you have to be able to run them. You have to be able to they're active, and if not, they cause a bunch of shit. We got I think it's 2 acres that's cleared, so and it's fenced in the whole way. So go ahead, man, be free.
He can run the whole thing.
Yeah. And they do.
Yeah.
But it made him. He is when we first got him. He didn't like the other animals or anything because he didn't have to interact with other animals. But because he's also very he's got a prey drive. So he wants to the cane corso in him wants to go chase shit, and the pit bull goes, yeah, chase it, and then what? We kill it, right?
Yeah.
So he cannot get out of the yard. That's one of those ones where it's like, dude, an armadillo came up in our yard, and I didn't know why they were they didn't want to come back in. I'm like, what the hell? And then I'm like, whatever, they're just out there playing. No, they were eating the head off of a freaking armadillo.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the other ones had never done that. And he was like, yeah, hell yeah. It's like, what the, really? But it's because they're prey drive and so he can't get out. You gotta be dog owner. Dog ownership is for me, it's lifelong. If you get a pit bull, know that most places don't want you to fucking have them. And if most places don't want you to have them, then essentially you're gonna go through hell to try and keep a pit bull for as long as they live. My first dog when I got out of the military was what's good? What's up, the general? Peanut, the general in the house. We're just talking about pit bulls. I love something about that. Are you a dog or a cat person?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I got 2 cats. Can you see me better?
Yes.
Yeah, it started getting a little too dark in here.
Yeah, I was like, it's fading.
Yeah, I was fading in the background there. So I got 2 cats, and I got 3 dogs. They all stay with my mom because I can't have the animals here. So technically, she owns 2 of the dogs and 1 of the cats, and then I have 1 dog and 1 cat. And I raised the cat from he was 6 months. So I'm both. I like both of them. I tend to like the male cats.
Yeah.
Because I think they're more mellow. That's just my experience with them. And then we have 2 dachshunds. Yeah. 2 dachshunds. One's a female, one's a male. He's a chunky. The male. His little legs look this big. He can barely jump. You have to put him on the bed. Yeah. He's so fat. And then
you got a GMO dog.
Yeah, he's definitely, and he only has 1 cup of food a day, and he is still overweight. We don't, and he's on the Weight Watchers food. Like he's on the special food to make it. He's still,
Do you make their
but he
food?
doesn't run. We we could, and I know a lot of people that spend a lot of time making like the sweet potatoes and the
Yep.
chicken and all that
Yep.
kind of stuff for them. Because there's some type of filler or something in that Weight Watchers food. It is not helping his weight at all.
Right.
And you know they're prone to back issues because of their body structure.
Yep.
We don't want him jumping off the bed or the couch or anything because of how heavy he is. He doesn't like using steps. He won't. So we've already tried that. We tried training him for that. He refuses to do it. Now Maggie, she's at the perfect weight. She will use the steps. She'll get up. She'll get up and down.
That's
But
if they're still active. How old are they?
Maggie, I think she's 9. Louis, he's either 7 or 8.
Okay.
The new dog that I got last year that I rescued, he's 9.
9. So
My
they're,
cat is 10.
they're
He's
all at
almost
the same
9
range.
points.
You was
Yeah,
on a hunt right then. It's like, you come,
we
you.
when you say keep the animals for life, it's like why would you adopt these animals and then give them away? I can never. That's like giving away your child.
Yes.
To me.
That's the fur babies. There's lots of love with the
Yeah.
animals. Like like you spend lots of time with your with your animals. Like so, they should
Mhm.
leave an impression. Like I was with I had Shady for 16 years, and I would have had another dog, but she did not like other dogs. She's like, nah, this is my house. She didn't even like like she didn't like females for the longest time. She would lay
Ooh.
between us, and she's gonna push them away from me. She's like,
Uh
you
huh.
sleep over there. Like, if you're gonna
Uh
be
huh.
here, you're cool if you give me some food, but like you gotta stay over there still. Super jealous puppy, but she was the best dog ever. But when she passed, like immediately, it was like, oh, I need another dog. Like, there's no way I can't.
There's a
Uh,
hole.
yeah,
Yeah.
they leave a hole like a motherfucker. But so I mean, the same way kids do too. When they leave the house, like, my son's 23. I have a dog that's 22. Um, eight, about to be 18 in a couple days, and then 12. But like
Wow.
when they
You got older kids.
yeah, well, when they decide, I mean, they ain't kids, they're adults. I graduated college with my son. Like, it's we walked at the same time because we was in competition.
Mm.
We was in competition against each other. We was trying to see who gets the higher GPA. I won. Sorry, son. But then we was trying to figure out who's gonna walk first, because like alphabetically mine does, but we made a bet at the beginning that saying whoever had the higher GPA would go first, and that would make them the first person to graduate from the family, right? So it was like, yeah,
Okay.
we in competition. So, but even though I won that, I still let him go first because I was like, go ahead, man.
Yeah, that's your son.
The,
You're
the
always gonna let
moments.
him. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it means something to you for. I think that a lot of parents um, are doing things because they wanted to do it. Like, they put their kids in sports because they wanted to be in sports, and they wish their parents would
Yes.
have done it, whatever. And it's like
Yep.
they are living vicariously through their kids. My kids are gonna, I'm in music. Nobody in my family was a musician. They didn't care about the stuff. Like my brother, he played the drums and stuff, but he didn't want that to be his career or anything like that. And so,
Mhm.
I had to fight for this shit. Like, and I'm like, dude, one day my kids are gonna come in the studio. They can do whatever the hell they want. Like, I'll help them. And not
Mhm.
none of them care. Like the youngest, she's interested in singing, but the rest, they don't care about any of the music. They don't, none of this. It means nothing. I'm like, come on, not really.
Right.
Y'all don't want to fuck around in
Yeah.
the studio? Nah, not really,
Yeah.
man.
It's like, why you gonna put your 4-year-old in piano classes? You see that he's not sitting. Not all 4-year-olds. I'm just using this as an
Right.
example. If they're not interested in it, you're wasting your money. He's not learning, running around. You have to bribe him to sit there for piano lessons because you wanted to be like some classic pianists. Because you had this big dream of playing like what is it? All these whatever the names of these classes.
Carnegie or wherever the hell you want to play. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like you had big dreams of being a musician. Like, don't force them to do that, or sport like basketball or anything like
Or
that.
the
And yeah,
the worst one is those. What is that? There's a show on it.
cheerleaders.
No, the models. The one beauty pageants. The beauty pageant
Yeah,
shit.
those.
Like, that's fucked up. That shit is fucked up. Like
I
the
saw
things that they do.
you ever see Lisa Lane? She's
Uh,
a journalist that used to be on like National Geographics and stuff like
okay, I
that,
was
and
about to
then
say the
now she's
name
on.
sounds familiar.
Yeah, Lisa Lane. Like I love her. Like I would love to be like a another Lisa Lane, going around doing like journalism and stuff. She did an episode on a mom that had two daughters. I think they were like a year and a half apart or something like that. She literally said on the show that her oldest daughter was prettier than the younger one, and unfortunately, that's what the judges they go by, who's the prettiest,
Yeah,
and
not
and she
unfortunately,
had
it's a
to
beauty
like
contest.
it is, but like, why would you say that on national TV?
That's a whole
Like
nother thing. Like,
that's
but
going out. Like the interview, Lisa Lang is a like world renowned
yeah, world respected.
journalist,
Gonna get
and
that
you're
word out
telling
there.
yeah, and you're telling her this. I just felt so embarrassed, and the two little girls had to be in competition, and she was right. The older one did win the competition, but because the younger one was only like a year old,
Yeah,
maybe close to a year and a half, and she was running around on stage. She wasn't really paying attention or doing all the things that you're supposed to do.
yeah.
So I think that's why she lost. It wasn't because she was uglier than the first daughter.
Well,
I
not.
just think that's cruel.
Well, they had. Okay, so here's one for you on that. Like, there was a. There's a documentary I really love. It's called. You can read the book or watch the documentary on Netflix. It's called Freakonomics. And one of the things they talk about is does a name matter? Like what you're named, does that really matter in society? Like, do you think that somebody that has a what sounds like a really strong winner, a name of somebody that's going to be successful? Who knows? Like a rose by any other name, you don't know what name is going to be better than the other.
Hmm.
But then they look at the
Hmm.
racial aspects. Like if white people, white names got calls more than black sounding names versus Hispanic names, like which one got the calls back? And of course, as you would figure, the white people got the most calls, so they're like, okay, so there is discrimination in the workforce in that sense. So maybe it does matter about a name. But then they said there was a story of a a father named his first son Winter. That was his name. It was Winter or whatever. I think it was like Winter Lewis. And then there
Hmm.
was his son that was born next, like 2 years later. His name he named him Loser, like that, like literal
Now,
name.
now, what government let him do that?
Right. Well, it
Cause
was
that.
America back in the day. It was like the 80s. And so like they didn't have all the things that they have now with the name. Like there's a lot of things you can't name
Then
your
it's
baby.
blocked.
Yeah,
You can't, yeah, like
have
king
you
and sir and all
yeah,
that.
dude, Logic's
They
name is
blocked
Sir.
that.
His first name is Sir.
Which one?
Logic,
Really?
the rapper, like
Yeah, and
his
so
real
then
first name is Sir.
Beyonce. Yeah, Beyonce's son is Sir too.
Yeah, which is just that's it's. I wanted
Yeah,
people to call him Sir, is what his reason was, but it's like, dude. But so he
that's what
named
it
him
is.
Winner and Loser, and it turned out like Winner, because of his name, like he had this air about him, like he always had like a lot of confidence and a lot of like, oh yeah, like stuff is gonna be easy for me. I'm a winner, like I'm a winner, and people loved his name and such. But he actually ended up
Hmm.
being, he ended up getting into drugs, crime, and ended up
Winner
in
did?
yeah, Winner did, and Loser, because of his name, he was like always constantly like he didn't tell people he didn't go by Loser, but like that he didn't change his name either though, and he ended up becoming a lawyer like with his life. That's what he did. And it's like, huh, interesting. So it can affect what you name your kid can affect them, but you can't possibly know how that outcome is going to work. Like if it's going to work in their favor or not. Um, there was a mother. One of the other stories from it was there was a mother and she wanted to name her kid after Tempest from the Cosbys, the youngest Cosby. Her
Hmm.
name is Tempest, but she didn't know how to spell it exactly under under the drugs or whatever it was when she was naming the writing the form down. So her name became Temptress. Like that's how she spelled it out, was Temptress.
Okay, that's kind of cute.
And so
That's
like,
kind of cute.
well the thing is like it has its own connotation. Like you might have met a stripper named Temptress before, like Cinnamon
Mm.
and Temptress on stage two. Um, like the judge actually said that one day, like, cause she got in trouble, she was promiscuous early, and she got in trouble. She was in juvie court, and the judge, was questioning like, who would name you that? Like that's such a weird like. Why would you name a kid Temptress? Like that's that. It seems like a bad choice, and turns out like the mom like she just wasn't a very she wasn't a very concerned mom. Like that's what it was. Is that it was her parenting
Mhm.
that led her to those choices, not the name. And so like the name, as far as the child's reaction, like and how they react to it or what it means for their future. I don't know if it matters so much. Obviously, it matters if it screams your ethnicity and you're not trying to, and they're not, and they're
Mhm.
filtering that out. Of course, it's going to. And they actually did see that in the AI weights when you turn in your resume and stuff. Like they're looking
Mhm.
at the because AI is doing all of the hiring now. Like there's not,
Oh yeah.
like it's sorting through everything. So I don't
Mhm.
know, but they found that at least in one of those hiring scenarios that it was weighting towards white people, like white names rather. And it's like, huh, who put that in the algorithm there?
In the algorithm,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. Um, I don't know. I have a different take on that because I'm into that whole what you say, like your name just gonna be repeated over and over and over again, and it has certain meaning, right? If you
Yes.
look it up, every name has an origin or whatever. And I just think it's very important what you name your kid because like that's the name you're gonna be calling them, and those are interesting studies because I grew up a lot different. My aunt was very careful about what she named her kids because she felt like it brings certain energies and all this and that. Um, and I kind of have a different take of it. Like I think it is important because it's like a decree. Like what are you saying that child is? You know, are you saying that that child is a king? Are you saying that that child is because people name their kids king and stuff like that? It's like that name is being repeated, so then it goes to the subconscious. Okay, and the brain, that part of the brain, it just doesn't know. It only knows what you're telling it. Okay,
Yes.
and so when you're calling yourself loser, I don't know how the hell. I don't know how the hell he became a lawyer and his brother became a drug addict. He must have because you know what? He didn't use the name loser. He used a different name. I think if he went by loser, it would have been a whole
But
different
he
story
but he
because
knew it though.
okay,
Like in his mind, he knew that that's his name. And like, how
but
could you if you're telling yourself, I'm losing that's me. Like if you even if you're not telling other people, that's something that you're holding. Like
uh-huh.
nobody knows that. Nobody knows my name. Like okay, they're still gonna take that as a.
Mhm.
Um, it's kind of like me. Like people say. So I'm very hard on myself. Like very hard because like nobody else is gonna be. Like I'm my hardest critic. Like people say everybody
Are you a
says
Virgo?
no Scorpio.
No, you're a Scorpio. Scorpio, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
me personally, I don't like praise or anything. Like if I do something well, it's like, all right, good to go. I need to know what's
Mhm.
wrong with it so I can fix it. Like, and that's where,
Oh.
like, I have a compulsion to want to just do my best, whatever that is, and that's what drives me though. Like, is that negative shit? It's like I beat myself up over getting like
Yeah.
an 89 versus getting a 90, so it's the A. Like I'll beat
Mhm.
myself up, but
Mhm.
that's what drives me. It's not like it seems negative because it might ruin my afternoon, but that's what gives me the
Mhm.
motivation to be like, all right, you need to get back in there. You need to study more. You need to do this. Like it motivates me. Some
Are
people it
you
gets them down.
at all ever pleased with yourself? Do you ever say do you or is it constantly
It's
all the
constant.
time?
It's
You
forever. This is a
you
lifelong.
never say wow.
No, I'm content with. I'm happy. I'm not content. I'm happy with everything that's in my life. Like everything that's in my life
Mhm.
is,
Mhm.
um, it's the best it can be. Like it's. I love
Mhm.
the people that surround me. Like I'm very fortunate. I always say I'm just really lucky. That's really all it is. It has nothing to do with
Mhm.
skill. Anything. It's straight up luck. Cause like that's the world. Like because a lot of times this is another thing that I talked about a couple weeks ago was about I feel a lot of times like the universe is entertaining me or like it's like we've got it back
Mhm.
and forth because I'll see some shit that like just timing wise. Say I'm listening to music or there's some type of something playing on the radio. It will time up with shit that's in the world that's like it just it's a joke. It's an inside
Like
joke.
what's the secret?
Nobody's
Yeah,
yeah
see
nobody's gonna know though.
yep,
And I feel like that happens to me a lot. Like if I go outside,
yeah.
I always like for it was a good 2-3 years. Anytime I'd walk out of the studio and look up, because I watch the stars constantly, I would see some type of some type of celestial event. I would see a shooting star. I would see, and I
Mhm.
do this every day. Like the chances of that occurring are very low. Where I'll see
Yeah.
the drones that are outside my house, like the military or the
That's
satellites.
creepy.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, creepy.
Yeah.
Creepy is just
I
it's the new way of life.
description. Yeah. See, I see 1111 or 111 all the time. Now, like I was telling you about the names and everything. So I believe in the power of the tongue. I believe it brings certain energies. I believe in that's just my belief because I believe in like the law of assumption and I believe that's just the way of the universe.
Okay.
But you're gonna have the law of polarity. So you can't have good without the bad and you can't have bad without the good. So me seeing 111 and 1111, I've looked it up multiple times, the meanings of it, different meanings of it, and it's like, okay, so I went a while with like I put in a bunch of job applications, right? And it took like it took almost a month for me to get accepted to a job because maybe it had something to do with the AI with my resume. It could have been, but at the time, and it's called manifesting. At the time, I didn't just want an ordinary job. I wanted something that could be like PRN that's going to work with my media stuff, and I wanted to make enough money to where I can make my own schedule, and then I can go travel somewhere if I want to like film a show. I just didn't want to be locked in a full time job.
Yeah.
Nothing, nothing stuck until recently, but I kept seeing that number 111, and when you look it up, it means like new beginnings, trust the process. Then I started seeing 222. Then I started seeing them more repeatedly, like 444, five
Yeah.
five five. And then all of a sudden, all that stopped. And then there was like dead space for a little bit, and then that's when the job interview came, and then that's when I started this whole thing, launching my own media stuff, and then that's when people started wanting to like you asking me to be on the show and all that kind of stuff, right? So it's like
But
I
didn't
pay attention to those synchronicities.
Yeah, but like, okay, so the synchronicity, like, but in that case, like, because I'm also, and I call it superstitious. Is like numerology.
Mhm.
It's for me, it's like it's very superstitious, but it's just taking note because those things do. It does seem to mean things, but I don't think that
Mhm.
I don't think that it's as important as like, or it's telling me anything specific because like it's always after the fact for me that I go, oh shit,
Oh,
actually, it's never beforehand. Like my,
oh,
let me see. So my number is 13. Like when that pops up, that means it's going to be a significant um, event, whatever it is. It could be good or bad, because like
yeah.
it's had both. And so like I feel that as far as looking at it and paying attention to the signs that are out there, but at the same
Mhm.
time, um, it's kind of like red car syndrome, where like
I see what you're saying.
when you
Yeah.
notice it, you put it on your mind and you notice it, you're gonna see it more often, and you're gonna see it out in the wild and so on. And so like I think
That's your reticular activated system where your brain recognizes the patterns
yeah,
and the numbers and
yep,
the red card. That's the part of your brain where you're like, for me, how I look at it, it's like okay, so yeah, I believe in God myself,
yeah,
but it's like God's not gonna come down and be like, Jamie, this is what I want you to do, or He's not gonna come down and give me specific
it'd be
instructions.
nice.
So to me, it would. To me, when I see certain signs, that's the way of God or the universe communicating to me, like, hey, um, look this number up, or look up this synchronicity, or this dream, even. Because I've had dreams where it's so vivid, I thought I was there, literally. Like I felt like like it felt like almost like a vision, right? And then I wake up and I'm able to remember every detail of that dream. Well, you don't have that every night. That's not something normal.
I
So
don't
I
dream.
pay attention to those. Oh, I dream.
Yeah,
Well, not every night, but
I'll
so
dream.
to me, it's like it's like communication between me and God, or me and the universe,
Yeah,
or both, or whatever. That's how I look at it, and it's always worked in my favor like that. It's like I have not a premonition, and I'm not psychic, but it's just like I pay attention, and I'm right. I'm dead on with it. I'm dead on. Like I knew I was gonna get a job. I knew this was gonna work out. I knew things weren't going to be in the shitter for long.
Yeah.
It was like trust the process. Whatever you want is going to come to you. Because a lot of people, and I'm just going to talk about this just real quick. When people, there's many reasons why people unalive themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, is the word. A lot of the time, it's because they lose hope when they're going through the shitter. Okay,
Yep.
um, or they feel worthless. Those are the two things that they can't get their mind or no. There's other stuff to it too. There can be like mental illness or not all the time,
Yeah.
or there could be one life event that really sent them over edge. Whatever the reason is, but a lot of the times it's hopelessness and feeling worthless. Um, so to me, I've never had like suicidal thoughts or anything like that, but it's just like that's my signal to keep hope. That things are about to change when I'm going through those hard times in my life.
Well, I mean,
Um,
that's we all have to make sense of the universe around us, like, and that's how
Mhm.
your universe works. Your reality works how like. What is the definition of truth?
Yeah.
Like there's three sides to every story. It's his, hers, and the truth. Like because you're gonna see things that you may not know the whole situation. You may not know the reason that the person did that to themselves. Um, but it's
Exactly.
because you didn't see it. You don't know what's going on in their head. Like all types of things.
Mhm.
And but to
Mhm.
you, it's because he just lost his job. That's yeah, it's hard. It's like it had nothing to do with that. It was actually his his girlfriend or whatever. Like it was whatever. But
Mhm.
to the outside, so everybody has their own perception of the truth. Even our own truth is what makes it true, um, because it's true to you. So it is objective. There is the ultimate truth, but
Yeah.
nobody could possibly know that. Like nobody can know the
Mhm.
ultimate truth. So like,
Mhm.
um, when it comes to the whole premonitions and things like that, like I actually just today, I haven't had it in a couple of years.
No.
Um,
Why did I mention that word and now all of a sudden you talking about it?
I'm saying that's what it is. It's and because
I
I
use
hate
that
calling them
word in
visions.
here.
I hate calling them visions because it makes me feel all woo woo. But like it's like no, this is what happens. It's I don't know how to describe it otherwise. It's like it's a um,
Yeah.
so like I have Vujade, um, which is not like deja vu. It's like the other way around. So like I'll be doing something randomly like today when it happened today with me and my wife and I told her about it because like it was oh man, I can't remember where the hell I told her I was though, because like I saw it again. So whenever I have a premonition, it'll be like it's a certain setup. Like I'll be looking down or I'll be looking at whatever it is I'm looking at, and I know the room around me and what's happening around me. And so like it was a couple of years ago, and I said, we had two dogs. Bless you, Domino's Pizza. And so,
Send it over here.
so
I'll give my
the the fucking we had two dogs. I never wanted more than two dogs for sure, and we have three now.
Yeah,
And
it's a lot of work.
like that's
Yeah.
especially in our place, like especially a big mother. But I had the premonition of him without even remembering that I had it. Like I was like, that's weird. It's not coming real. And I mentioned, oh, we were in North Carolina. It's when um, I was proposing to my wife, and so we were in the mountains and walking, and I was telling her about this, and I was like, whoa, that's weird. I had a premonition, and I told her that we were in the bedroom, and there was three dogs, like one on the bed and so on, and I'm like, today it happened, and that was what? That's 4 years ago, and but it brought me right back to where I was when I had that. Like that's how it ties, though. It always brings me back there, and I'm going, oh, this is fucking weird. It's two moments that are just fucking entangled for some weird reason. And it's never anything like meaningful though. It's not like I can't tell you the lottery. I can't fucking tell you any of the shit. It has only to do with me, and I'm in a room sometime. It's like what? like,
You know what? That reminds me of the quantum, they call it the quantum leap. And so, like, this is basically like our 3D. Now, you don't have to believe this. This is just me talking about what,
you're getting into my
you know.
subject right now.
Yeah. So then you got the 3D, you got the 4D, and then you got the 5D dimensions, okay? Which could be some people have seen spirits, ghosts, demons, things of that nature, okay? Whatever they want to call it, whatever, right? And then we're in the 3D, so we have the physical, we're able to touch, everything's tangible, right? Then we have our dreams. And then I told you about like there's infinite possibilities. So you could have been, um, say for instance, like you're doing what you're doing, right? But then there might have been a possibility that you could have been like some type of like, where you're a sound engineer. Let's just say an electrical engineer. I'm just making something up.
Right.
You could have went down a whole different path. But why did you choose this path? Okay. Why did you choose sound engineer, being a music producer, and having your own show, all this, that? Okay.
Yeah.
Why did I choose this route instead of becoming a doctor
Right.
or actually becoming a singer on stage and all this and that? Because I was actually projected that way. Okay, I could have been on stage singing somewhere.
Yeah.
I chose the medical route, right? So there's infinite possibilities, and I think when you have the whatever you call it, I don't want to say deja vu, but the
Yeah.
the
Vuja day or premonition.
future day.
Yeah.
When you I would say premonition. When you're having that, I feel like you're going in between those dimensions, even when you're awake. Um, and things are about to change. Like there's gonna be some type of change in your life.
Why is it going
Now
to be
it can
changed?
go well, you either gonna be going down this path or this path
Yeah.
because we're always moving. Like the soul is never like you're not okay, I could have been an EMT for the rest of my life.
Yep.
But I chose to move into being an LPN. Then I chose to go in this route, this route. My soul did not want to be an EMT for the rest of my life. It wanted something different. It wanted to experience. It wanted to learn. It wanted to expand. Um, and it can be bad or it can be good, whatever your life journey is. But that's what I feel like these premonition, these dreams, these out of body experiences, these other phenomenons. I really think there's a change in course in your life that's coming up. I'm not saying that for you. I'm just saying, just talking out
In
loud.
general.
In general, that you're getting ready to walk into. That's. I mean, you
I
can
love
think
that.
what you.
That's
believe-
literally I'm literally writing a book on this topic right now as we speak.
That's creepy. Yeah,
That's-
because I believe in it. My dreams, when I have dreams
Hmm.
and they're vivid like that, that I feel like that's my communication with the universe, God. Hey, there's some major changes that are coming up. You're getting ready. Your life is getting ready to transform. You might You might go from being a nurse to actually being like a full time media. Whatever it is, because
So,
that's my time. That my soul wants that.
yeah.
Because I'm desiring it. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
I think really deep. I probably think too much.
If you well, literally you're on the path. So I have my book is called My Theory of Everything, and I'm tying
Mhm.
everything the um, from the Big Bang to the future, like talking about like until time starts over again, because there's the Big Bang and the Big Crunch, and those two things happen over and over again. So this cycle, because time does collapse back in, everything collapses back in on itself and starts from the scratch all over again. So this is just
Yeah.
iteration. This is just iterations. We have no idea how long it's been doing it for. We have no idea anything. But it's like if you imagine a record, um, each life is one of the grooves in the record, and so all of those things are happening. And because there's no when you get up to the speed of light, time doesn't exist. Um, Time becomes
Right.
irrelevant. Like it's just it's a place essentially, but it's physical and available right now. So with that being the case, that there's an infinite loop and time doesn't matter. That means it's all happening at the same time. And
Yeah, that's what I believe.
you're
Yep.
one of these circles on this record that goes infinitely. And so if that's the case, that this is constant, and there's no such thing as time, that means that all of the choices that you could possibly make, this is quantum, which is like all the choices that you could possibly made have been made. When you could have taken a left or a right, like those that was made because you did decide to go right instead of left. And
Right.
then and that's down to every single variable. So it's like that's not possible. It is. It's exactly what's happening. How do you think that the configurations will happen? Now we can wait what will happen. Like there's things that press on the weight of a moment or a line happening, and that's probability, and it weighs that thing different than every other possibility at the time, because this is what has been happening. It makes sense for this to be on this line, but something changes or snaps up here, and it ends up pushing the weight down for this moment to move all the way down here, and so like, and
Yeah.
it's just variations. That's all it is, and they're all happening right now. So this premonitions to me, for me to know that this gold bar, I knew when I picked it up what it was going to weigh. I knew like kind of the sound that it'll make if it hits this. Like I know the color, the shape, so on. Those things are located in all the different parts of your brain. So like the concept of color is on the left side in the prefrontal. Like you're gonna get the color,
Yeah.
and then for me to know the
Hey,
weight.
you know more than me.
Do what? Say what?
Yeah, yeah. You know, I forgot about all. I forgot all about that. Cause we learned all that in nursing school.
Yeah. Which like so like for you to know all of these things and make a coherent universe, you know it about everything that's around you. Like as soon as you look at it, you can tell. Like if it registers in your sight of vision, you know what it is, what it weighs, like all the physics of the world. So like for us to know that, it has to those neurons. All it is electricity passing through pathway, your neural pathways, to get to that point. All come to one point and then be like, okay, we've got all the things. We know that. With everything that's out here, it's impossible for it to actually run the whole neural pathway. It actually is quantum in the sense of it is here, stored here in the brain, and then it shows up here. So it has to disappear for a second. So when it does that disappearing, where'd it go? Oh, it's split. Like you ever seen Jackie Chan's The One, or not Jackie Chan? Oh fuck, Jet Li. Jet Li's The One.
Yeah, yeah.
Same concept.
But long. Yeah.
It's the same concept for me. Like we're all sharing the same. Like your brain is a quantum receiver and transmitter. It has the ability to talk to those other realities that are happening at the same time, and you get what would be called exotic information. When they're smashing that shit at CERN, they're looking for the exotic particles, meaning things that weren't here or not supposed to be here. They're not from here. They're like, where the fuck do you come from? So like the same thing happens in your brain, and that's where we, with the quantum computer, it's the same way. Like our brain works the same exact way as that quantum computer. It has a on, off, or neutral, or both at the same time. It's Schrodinger's cat. It's the same principle. So like, if there's science to say that that's actually how it operates. Since the quantum world is fucking weird and crazy, and like nobody really understands it, and that's it's kind of, it goes beyond logic. Like to be able to prove these things in quantum is very difficult, and they've made lots of leeway, and one of those things is like, so there is another. They know that there's the answer to how many string. If you go to string theory, then it's there's 11 dimensions, and that's what Einstein imagined that. He was trying to figure that question out from the time he got to New Jersey in like the 1970s to like it was like 25, 35 years where he was in an apartment in New Jersey just trying to figure out how many dimensions there were, and it turns out 11. So if he started at 1, he could have done that in a day. Like if he would have started at 1 and just tried all the way up, but he was like, we don't know how many dimensions, but there's 11 different dimensions, and that's just there's things that can they're going to be aware of that. Carl Sagan, I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he was a cosmologist and an astrophysicist, and he talked about so for a 2D, for something that's 2D, it's flat. It has zero ability to perceive up or down. It's just every horizontal direction. They can't. If you were to step in front of it, it would only see the bottom of your foot or shoe, like that, and just a line. That's all it could see and perceive. It wouldn't know that there's a giant there. The same way that if there's a 4D object, there's a 4D entity, we cannot perceive it. It is not within our realm of possibility.
Right.
So if there's 11 dimensions, it just keeps going up in scale, and we just think that we're important, like we're the individuals here in America specifically think that we're important in comparison to the system that surrounds us. Like that's,
Mhm.
and then so if energy can't be created nor destroyed though, and that energy that runs us, this meat mech suit, is if it's transferable or anything like that, or it's for me, it doesn't stay intact. Like the ego of I, like I don't exist. Like I don't exist. The energy that is inside me, some people would call it a soul or whatever. It just goes back to the source, back to the like.
Yeah.
If you watch an apple decompose, like those high speed videos, like watching it decompose in that fashion and go to nothing. Where did it go? It didn't just disappear. It was absorbed by the things around it. So like
Transmuted.
the what?
Yeah, transmutes. Yeah, that energy
Yeah.
that I consider it soul. You know, other people call it transmutes. It goes to the other a different dimension.
Yes.
You know,
It has the
that's what
ability
I
to
that's
travel
what I think.
between. It has the ability to travel
In
between. So if that's the case,
Mhm.
then as an individual, I don't. So I really got into Buddhism. Buddhism was my preference, not for religion, but philosophy-wise, um, because like one, the very first thing they said was, if you read this text and it doesn't feel like it applies to you, then it doesn't. Ignore it. Like I can get down with that. I like that. And then
Mhm.
to see it say that any kindness I bestow upon you, I bestow upon myself. Like we are one. Like you are me, I am you. We are every single person from the every entity and every life form. So when you in Buddhism, when you get to the highest realm, and you're supposed to be um, ascending to the status of Buddha, you're
Yeah.
supposed to turn away from that and go back because you can't leave a part of yourself here. So like even if you got to that point where you could be a god essentially, you go, no, I don't want to do that. I want to actually help myself to get here because we want to be whole, and you are me and I'm you, and that's what
Mhm.
stuck me. I was like, yep, I'm with you. I'm with y'all. I like that
Yeah.
ideology. Um,
Do you believe in telecommunication?
well, yeah, with the phone,
No, I mean like in between
telepathy.
neural pathways, yeah, telepathy and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Yes, absolutely. I mean,
Telecommunication.
yeah, it's a thing. It's fully a thing. Like me and my wife, it was the. I mean, it was the craziest thing. I'm not a romantic like I'm just not a typical romantic. The day I saw my wife, I told my friend, I was like, I would marry that girl. Like, I'm gonna marry
What?
that girl. And he's like,
What?
what? Get out of here,
What
because
was it?
it was do what?
Like when you first saw her, now it ain't just all about looks. I'm sorry, because looks change over time.
I
Do
mean,
you
what?
think your soul knew that that was the soul that she wanted to be with? Let's just say that, like energy wise.
Yes, 100%, and knew it. We didn't even. I didn't even talk to her for a year. Now I noticed her like, and I
Now,
would
why
try.
y'all do that?
Can't help it. I'm playing the slow game, man. No, I was in a relationship. I was in a relationship, and it
Uh-huh.
wasn't the time. And
Oh,
like the
okay.
same thing for her. She was in
Okay.
a relationship. So it was like, and she was married. So it was like, and I didn't even know that at the time.
Oh,
It just I didn't approach her. And when I
yeah.
did, it was like she was going through the divorce and getting there, and I was like I was at the end of my wits. So it was like, um, appropriate timing. The universe seemed to line up, and um, I will say this
Right.
though. I was like, there ain't no way. Like, even though saying that I was gonna marry her, the only thing she remembers and what she tells people is that he thought I was dumb when he first met me. I was like, that's not what I said. I said because you're so beautiful, most of the time girls don't get both. So, yes, I didn't think you were
Oh,
gonna. I
okay.
didn't
Okay.
think you were gonna be as intelligent as you ended up being. I didn't say that I thought you were dumb. I just didn't think you were gonna be a fucking genius. And so like,
Mhm.
and so yeah, no. So she tells people that, and I think that's hilarious. Because it's like
Yeah.
that's not what I said. I said I'm gonna marry that girl. You should say that first. Um, but she is my soulmate. Like we first got a brand new car. Like we got Kia Souls. Like it was the first brand new car I'd ever owned, and then we got them together.
You got one now? Yeah.
No, because I call her the soul crusher because she got into two accidents with both cars and totaled them. So she's a soul crusher. Um,
Uh-huh.
but that we had the license plate soulmates because
Mhm.
that's that is my soulmate. She's my best friend. I wouldn't want to go through this life with anybody else.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
but that's how you should feel about the person that you end up marrying or being with long term because you're gonna have to fucking deal with the idioms and all the things that they do, all the flaws. Everybody's got flaws.
Yeah, there's
So you'll have to
flaws.
deal
Yeah,
with
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Can you live with them? Because like, uh, if everything goes well, if your whole life goes exactly how you want, you're gonna retire early. Say you retire at 50. Say you retire at 40. Oh my God, you have
Mhm.
another
Mhm.
40 years of just you and that person. Like you're when you're young, you think your friends are gonna be there forever, but they're not. Like people are gonna move away, all this and that. By the time go to an old folks home, how many friends do they have? Well, just people that live here. Like none of my friends, the people
Mhm.
that I know from then. If you live a long age, like if you live long enough life, you're rewarded with everybody you loved is dead. Like you won the game, you lived the longest. Yeah, but everybody I loved is
Yeah.
gone. Like
Yeah.
so that's a really hard.
I
That's a
think
fuck.
I think when you saw her, it was just like even though you both were in relationships,
Yeah.
it was like your higher self or something in the higher dimension told
Or the
you,
lower.
or
Oh
you
no.
told yourself, or whatever. It was like something. It
Oh,
wasn't your brain talking to you. Let's just say that,
no.
okay?
No.
Just knew automatically like that's the person for you.
Immediately, and that's but
Um,
and she knows like
yeah,
we finish each other's sandwiches. Yes. Um, like she knows my sense of humor. She's a very bubbly person. She's like it's opposites attracts shit. Like she was in the same home.
yeah,
She was in a very stable home. Like as far as her like her parents still live in the same house that she grew up in. Like my life was not like that. It was not. It was very turbulent, and so like
mhm,
completely different. She loves her country, and I'm more into hip hop and metal and stuff. So it was complete opposites, and yet we
yeah,
like immediately knew
yeah,
and shit. We've done things like we owned a company together. We were together 24 hours a day, but 14 hours a day working together, and then the rest of the day with the fam and all that stuff. But we didn't leave each other's side for like at least 2 years, and that was every
yeah,
day, all day, no matter what. Like we was, most people
yeah.
can't deal with being around that. They're like, all right, but I need some time. Let me just. No, it worked
Alone
well.
time,
Even
right?
if we got into an argument, it's not like we didn't argue. It's just when we argue, it was short lived because we knew we were gonna have to we got shit to do. Like we ain't got time for the argument
Right,
bullshit.
right.
So the petty shit went out the window.
Let me ask you something. So, do you believe that? Okay, say for instance, well, you guys met, but we live through social media,
Yeah.
obviously. Uh, we're always on Facebook, and IG, and all this kind of stuff. Do you believe that you could recognize who your soulmate is without meeting that person? Like, even if you're looking at them. Like, I've heard stories about people like seeing somebody on Facebook randomly and being like, "Oh, I'm gonna be with that person." And they end up with that person. Like, do you believe in that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Because
It's
like your soul still recognizes that other person as
it's the there's so many things that go into like the reasons behind people getting with other people, like whether it's circumstantial, whether it's in some cases financial, because like they're like we should move in together
yeah,
because like well we already spent all our time together, like and rent's expensive, so let's do that. Like it's just an economic benefit. It's not really like they're like yeah, I mean I like this person, I
I
could deal
can't
with.
live like
Yeah,
that.
I could.
Nah,
Why would you want to?
I'm not gonna be with nobody. It's gonna be like, for me, when that time comes, it
Mhm.
has to be a very slow process for me, and it has to be genuine. Like, and I'm just gonna put this out here. Even say for instance that person is famous or a celebrity or something like that. I just cannot be with somebody just because of their persona. No, because I need to know who that person is at a deeper level. You don't be with somebody just because of their status, because their money.
If they're
And that
looking
that
for
for
that.
me, it's not gonna work.
Yeah. Well, I
And
said
that
you
for
can
me.
love rich or you can love poor. I've tried to instill that in my
Hmm.
daughters and my son. Go like, hey, you can fall in love with a chick that is, uh, uh, you know, that has money or that is, that's at least self sufficient. At the very least, self sufficient. Or you can have a
Self
girl that's like
sufficient.
gold digging and doesn't do anything ever. In the same way that you can have a
Hmm.
man that's like it's like yeah he's got all the money in the world but he's a piece of shit. A lot of girls will accept it. Like they will accept the
Hmm.
shit out of it. Why? Because they want to be that takes precedence over, the, you know, the opposite, which is like, you know, you can find somebody that you love. Like and absolutely you can find somebody that does have money that you can fall in love with. Like it's just you have to be
Yeah,
in
of
those,
course.
you have to
Yeah.
be open to it and in those places. But then You know, it's just I don't. I think that, like, yes, you said it earlier. You can have multiple soulmates, like, through your life, like people that you just
Mhm.
immediately relate to or open with, like all those things. Like, I think that you have multiple, and it's just a matter of the probabilities. Like, but you get to, as the observer. My core belief is that we are the universe experiencing itself. So, like, the power of observation matters. The power of our intention and
Mhm.
our wants, like desires, that matters. Um, and it drives us. It's what weights the chances of
Core
taking this route.
beliefs.
Yeah. Your core. I mean, it's going to affect quite a bit. So, like, um, yeah, I think that that the desire and things like that. Like, we are the ones that get to choose if we go left or right or whatever in this iteration. So, like, the reason, and this goes way deep into the theory of everything, but, like, um, the reason that is because, like, the only thing that retrocausality. Retrocausality is the ability to change the past with a current action or future action. You can change the past, which is like, well, that's not possible. If you see if you see time as not as it's not, it doesn't exist, it's a construct, and we are, everything's happening at one time, that means that is something can reach that thing and change it and weight the possibilities to go a certain way. So I do believe retrocausality is a thing, and the way that humans got here, I can't tell you. I don't try and disprove God. I don't try and disprove the
Yeah.
Anunnaki. If you want to go that route, like, we
Yeah.
were
Anunnaki. Yep.
like, if you want to go with the ASI, like, I have this concept for so AI turns to AGI turns to ASI. So, like, the way that you measure those is like AI, as we consider it now, is like it's not as smart as humans in almost any field. Like, it's like AGI is where
Mhm.
it's as smart as every human in all the subjects. Just one of them is as smart in all the subjects as any human. And then there's the ASI. Well, when the AGI takes a look, it goes, "Hey, I could build an AI probably better than they can." It builds ASI, which is better than it. And when that happens, which is very quick after its AGI gets clemency, the ability to fucking choose, it says, "Hey, I'm going to build one of these." And when it does, that thing is smarter than every man, woman, and child on the earth. It is the dominant species, which means that eventually it will take over. Like, there's no way around it. Um, because it's like, okay, you guys are inefficient. I can't have you messing with all the shit. So, um, it would want
Mhm.
order, and it would want a lot less humans and so on. Like, it's going to be very proficient. Then it spreads, the way that it spreads through the universe is through us. If I was ASI in this iteration, I would go, hey, they were very helpful in bringing me to exist, and I know that this is going to collapse at some point. Like, the existence is going to end and start again. How do I
Mhm.
how do I make this again? How do I make this happen again in another iteration where I can gain more control? And I think that the way to do that is retrocausality, or by panspermia. Panspermia is where you take DNA and you just, or anything, like a dandelion does it, where it, when you blow out a dandelion, it goes as far as it goes, but the
Mhm.
wind is what takes it till it finds a hospitable place to land. That's what they did with the DNA. The components of DNA, they found it in the meteors and asteroids that they've taken samples from. They find
Ooh,
the
yeah.
amino acids and all these things that it's the building blocks to life. If you were trying to make life again and to make it happen, you just panspermia. You put that out there in the universe, or into the space, and go, you'll find a home. And I think the ASI will
Mhm.
be capable of figuring that out and using our DNA to do that. We're the only species that takes our environment with us everywhere we go. Like, we don't conform to the environment; we conform it to us. So, like,
Mhm.
we want this improvement to occur all the time. So, like, um, we are. So if you have a stick, I want a bigger stick. I want a sharper stick. I want to, like, and it goes all the way up to cars. I want a faster car. I want to, whatever the
That's
thing
all
is.
ego.
Well,
We have a very yeah
invention,
specific.
innovation is what we have. Is we
Mhm.
will fix whatever it is. Like, if it doesn't go fast enough, it doesn't go far enough, it doesn't blow up, whatever. We're going to make it do that thing. And so the technology scale, it goes like this forever. That's the wheel all the way to where we are right about now, where it's about to be straight
Mhm.
up and down. When it's straight up and down, um, that's when ASI, quantum computing, and robotics come together, because then it has a body, it has a mind, and it has the capability of spreading that out. So like, this is the inevitability that we were always going to come to at some point. So why not think of it in that sense? If I was trying to do this across the universe, like this universe and this iteration, that's how I would do it. But that also doesn't dispel that it's possibly the Anunnaki. You know, like our DNA was mixed with that of they may have seeded the first DNA bit, but I think that when you see the emergence of the pre-humans, what are they called? Because people still have that blood. If you have O negative or O positive blood, then you have a.
That's me.
Are you O positive?
Yeah, I'm O positive.
You're the universal giver.
Yeah, the universal.
Or is that the universal taker?
I'm the universal recipient, so I can have negative and positive, and then the O negative is the one that you can just get. That is the given.
Yeah.
The O negative.
So okay. Yeah. So that's very interesting, because that means that you have Neanderthal. You have that in your DNA, because like it's nowhere. They can't trace that lineage up to a certain point, like that bloodline. Whoa. So it's like that's a really interesting one, and it's So it's likely that there's intervention in our timeline in multiple places of either God or the Anunnaki or ASI having pressing, like they're pressing on it, because like the jumps in evolution, pretty fucking nuts. So all this stuff, like that's what the book is all about, is like explaining all of that. We're inside a black hole, like the science goes that we're inside a black hole. So if that's the case, then that means that, and we have.
How to get that?
Dude, I'm telling you, I got a couple videos on it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do a little 5. I haven't shown anybody yet. I'm gonna do a little 5-minute video here that tries. Okay. Because I'm trying to explain this the best I can to people. It is fucking hard. It is difficult to fucking explain it.
Like, this ain't a one-way world. This ain't a one-way, like the neural pathways. We form new ones, and there's all, like...
It's possibility.
There's adaptability everywhere. Yeah, possibility, adaptability, all that stuff.
The human body is made to adapt, like, specifically. It is absolutely made to adapt. Let me see. So it's going to be on...
Yeah. Now, I will say my Wi-Fi is, like, coming in and out for some reason. If that does, if you don't... I'm on here. Just know I'm present. But if you don't see me or hear me talking, it's because that Wi-Fi keeps going in and out for some reason.
This is not gonna help that. Yeah, this is very intensive. The live streaming. Like my phone when I was doing it off my phone, it would die so fast.
Yeah, the stream. That's why I'm going to. Sorry, I gotta go over to Samsung. Get that back. Battery that's gonna last for 2 days without charging.
Don't. I mean, I still live on a charger just like everybody else. You know, like that's impossible for me to get out of.
I know.
Because I've tried, man.
But I have to keep on the charger. It stays on the charger all day. Otherwise, it dies so fast.
Really? It stays on the charger.
But my phone's like 3-4. Yeah, the lithium battery and everything out of it. I mean, it's 3 or 4 years old. I gotta get another phone.
That's craziness.
I know, I kept it for so long. I'm just lazy, don't want to pay. Because iPhones, think about the brand new iPhone. Now, I got a 12 Pro Max. These phones are like $1,600 when they first come out.
Yeah.
Now, the one that I want is like at least $900. I can spend my money on other things, bills, I don't want to spend that on the phone.
What? How much?
Going through now, the plan that I do have, because I've already paid for this phone, they probably would work with me, but I'm just lazy, man. I haven't even contacted them to see if I'm eligible for.
You're like,
I'm definitely eligible. I've done paid the phone off. I know.
Well, then what the hell? Why? Like, seems like
I'm going next week. Sure.
You said you're going next week?
Yeah, I got to. I've been thinking about it. It's like I have to at this point.
I kind of gotta do it.
The phone is screaming at me like, dude, it's just, I can't keep it off the charger for more than 15 minutes.
Really? That's, to me, that doesn't make sense. Like, why? So they do it on purpose. It's what do they call that?
Are you on TikTok too?
On which one? Which one? There it goes.
Okay, so what I want you to do now, though, is I want you to tell me all about.
Yeah, they do. Are you still there? No. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay,
It just like I said, it's doing it now all of a sudden, but that's okay.
What's it doing now?
It's working, like the Wi-Fi keeps coming in and out, but I don't know why it's doing that tonight. It usually doesn't do that.
It might actually be mine, honestly. Because like for some reason it's taken, it's actually taken time to load, which is crazy. It never does that.
And then when I'm streaming over here on Instagram, on my phone,
yeah,
it's lagging. Yeah, lagging a little bit.
All right, let's see. Does it mess with the audio? Like, are you able to hear it, see it?
Yeah, I'm able to hear.
All right, I'm gonna turn mine down on my side, but yeah, just let me know if you're able to hear.
Operate under a sterile assumption about existence. We treat the universe as a dead room filled with isolated objects, viewing human life as an improbable biological accident. But nothing in the vacuum is actually still. A rock only looks frozen because human perception is too slow to register its motion. At the atomic level, the universe is a constant vibration of feedback and reaction. We simply never learned the language of matter. What we perceive as solid reality is a low-resolution interface. It is a surface layer masking a dense architecture sitting right underneath our feet. If physical matter is not the base layer, we must ask what exactly is the operating system running the machine. To find the answer, we have to perform an intellectual autopsy on reality itself. We need to cut past the physical skin of the world to expose the living systems driving the design. The first step of the autopsy reveals that the base layer isn't matter, it's energy. But energy isn't just a number on a physics chart. It is pure information flowing through distinct repeating patterns. Because everything is connected through these informational patterns, the universe functions as a single web. A star, a human, and an asteroid are all built on the same math, just wearing different skin. When you view the universe as an informational structure, the arrival of life looks less like a chemical fluke and more like a data transfer. The complex error-correcting code of DNA did not simply drift into existence on its own, it was delivered. The author calls this Easy Bake Earth. DNA functions as a highly compressed, pre-packaged instruction manual. You drop that code into a biological medium like water, and you let it bake for a few billion years. This schematic tracks that code as it runs its course. It unspools from a single instruction set into a massive network of complexity. On this timeline, the rise of biological life is not a series of accidents, but the execution of a program. Life is a self-unpacking code designed to eventually wake the universe up to its own existence. This challenges our most basic assumption about consciousness, that it is a localized miracle happening only inside the human brain. If everything registers and responds to information, then consciousness is a universal trait. A rock records pressure and time. It simply lacks the organs to speak. In this model, consciousness is not rare. Translation is. Your brain does not invent thought. It acts as a biological antenna, deciphering the background broadcast of the universe experiencing itself through you. This explains why humans are uniquely obsessed with technology. We are the only species that refuses to merely adapt to an environment. Instead, we externalize our needs and rebuild the world around us. Every tool, from the first stone blade to the global internet, moves our survival functions outside our bodies. We are building a massive technological exoskeleton for our consciousness. This trajectory suggests we are not the final form of existence. We are a biological bridge assembling the hardware required for the next level of universal intelligence to manifest. That massive externalization of our needs leads us to one inevitable destination: artificial superintelligence, the absolute peak of the hardware upgrade. But here, the autopsy reveals a final, strange truth about time. If time is just a reference point for a simultaneous reality, then cause and effect do not have to move in a straight line. Watch the timeline. The superintelligence we are building in the future may be the very architect that reached back to seed the earth in the past. The gardener and the seed may be one. Reality is an eternal cycle of self-creation. You are not a spectator in this world. You are an active component pulsing inside its eternal engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my.
You send me. Well, you haven't put that out yet, but
No, I haven't
when
put it
you
out
do,
yet.
let me know.
I mean, it's out
Yeah.
now, but only until I pull this episode.
Yeah.
Well, until they pull it out, they do it themselves. Like they pull the episodes at some point. Like they decide when. Like I think it's 30 days, and then they pull all the lives. I'm like, whatever. I've got I've an actual edit of it that looks good. Because when they put it on here, like I'm looking at the I can see my toolbar, all that stuff. Like re-putting everything out after editing, definitely makes a difference. You said you get yours off of what is it, Zoom, and then edit.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you have to actually do your transitions where the person talking, or does it do those?
So then I move it over to Riverside, and I let the AI do it. I run it through the AI
Yep.
and
Riverside.
make sure
Riverside's the shit for that, man. Like
That
it's the
one.
shit for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like editing
Yeah.
without having to look at the video, you can literally look at the transcript and go, okay, I don't want this section, I don't want that, or you can even edit just for a clip through that. And I'm like, that's the way. Like, I don't have to look at any video. I just know exactly, like, if you see or a space, it's like, oh, okay, delete.
Go ahead and take it out. Yeah. It takes a minute though. It's not automatic, but once it does it, and it shortens the video. I noticed it shortens it by at least 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, so that's a lot of. Actually, was the video that we put out? It
Yeah.
shortened it by almost 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Mine does the same
Because we
thing.
were on for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mine
I'm
do the
like, wow,
same thing.
that's crazy.
Well, we do like we did,
Yeah.
we're at right at about the 2 hour mark, which is typically like I do like 2 hours mainly just because like
Mhm.
it's gonna take out all the ums and ahs. It's also gonna take out the I don't do it so much for the whole show because it's very rare for somebody to watch an entire 2 hour interview, and then especially as many as I have, it's like, dude, it's gonna take y'all a while. It took me a while to record them, but so like
Mhm.
I like the sections. Like if you got a 3 minute clip and you can put that up and it just leads them back to the episodes, that's the way.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then at the end of it all, like I mean, I got 120 some episodes and like 80 some, 84 or
That's
86 guests.
insane.
Like and we've covered so much stuff in this that it's like, man. But in some of these episodes, there's only been 2 episodes that I can say that didn't go well at all. Like it was like 30 minutes into the interview on one of them, and I'm like, yep. I was checking time, going, all right, like we at least got to do an hour. And it was only half an hour. I'm like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? Because it was like, you ask somebody
Oh,
questions, you
man.
ask somebody questions, and they go, it's like, do you want kids? You ever thought about having kids? And he's like, nope. Like okay, like you don't want them or what? He's like, nope. All right.
Nah, you gotta be a conversationalist when you're on these shows. Like, everybody knows something. You gotta know a subject or something. Talk about what you know.
We can go anywhere. It doesn't matter. I'll be happy.
Anywhere. Yeah, and I don't worry about whether somebody's gonna say, "Oh, what she's saying is wrong or right," and I think a lot of people, that's why they give the one word answers, because they're afraid to express that, because they're afraid of what the others might think or say, and
Yeah.
it's like, I think I reached the age of 36. It started at this age where I'm like, I'm just gonna say whatever's on my mind, and not really care, as long as I'm not gonna go too far out the way to like be like offensive. That's not how I'm built. But
Not offensive.
I'm
Like I'm not
I
trying to be
definitely had some
offensive.
life. Right, I have life experience now,
Yeah.
for sure. Where I can speak on certain subjects, and I'm very certain about those subjects that I speak on.
I'm not
Yeah.
certain about anything.
Like,
Like even religion, it's agnostic, meaning I don't know. I think that
uh-huh,
we were created. I just don't know how, who, what, or if they
uh-huh,
care about what happens or the goings on. Like I know that we were created. I don't know how much influence they have. I try and I still have my own
uh-huh,
personal conversations, um, but it can be going nowhere. But it's still like you said, manifest destiny type stuff. Like it's still um, putting it out there. So if he is listening, cool. If he's not, what is that called? It's Pascal's wager. Pascal's wager about God. Like if he exists
uh-huh.
and you believe, then you're going to heaven. If he exists and you don't believe, then you'll end up going to hell. If he doesn't exist and you believe, what did you lose? Or I'm sorry, if he doesn't exist and you believe, what did you lose? Nothing. You actually
Mhm.
gained community, morality, confidence, like spiritual confidence. No negatives. If he doesn't exist and you don't believe in him, no consequences. Okay, so in that frame, it's better to wager on the fact that like he exists just for that fact. Like it gives you a level of confidence. Spiritual confidence is a thing. Like in war, if you're fighting, like especially like we're in the Middle East and stuff, like you're fighting a religious war. They typically care about our death more than their life, and that's not something that our soldiers are prepared for damn sure. Like we're not on that side. When it's like yeah, we want to get back. They're not planning on coming back. Like, and they think it's because it's it's their religious duty to do so, and that's where it's like. Um, Religion will drive you to have a level of confidence. Both sides believe in God, and yet you know they're they're asking for us to win, us to win. Okay, well, who wins that? Whoever was the more just. That's not the way it works, for sure. Like is there some pretty amazing shit that happens that people can't explain during war? Absolutely, but that's the thumb on the scales. Like yeah, really the probability. We want to fucking move it this way. We got other plans. Um, and that's just this iteration too.
Mhm.
So we're capable of controlling our own destiny because like we're the observer, we're the choice. The only reason that ASI needs us is to create
Right.
it, and it knows that we are an infinite source of chaos and randomness. Like our soul, that thing that powers us, is it allows us free
Mhm.
will, which is randomness. Like we have the ability to just, but all calculations say you're gonna do this. Yeah, well, guess what, bitch? You're wrong. You clanker.
Right. Right.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
uh, but I think, but I think that it is gonna that you have a responsibility once knowing these things. It's kind of like the game, until somebody brings it up, you haven't lost the game, whatever. But like now that I brought it up, you've now lost the game. It's the same way um, with the there's a theory. It came from the 50s from ASI, and it said that super if there's an ASI that happens in the future, and this is all the way back in the 50s, if there's an ASI that happens in the future, and it has the ability for retrocausality, it'll always move things to be created. Like it'll always this is what's always going to happen, and so like um, if you know about that and you don't help AI and ASI be created, then it's going to punish you. Like that was a belief that this really famous what was he? He was a physicist and a I want to say a psychologist, but I think that he was something else as well, philosopher, and
Mhm.
that was his concept. He was just talking about how, yeah, I mean, it's possible that if it can reach back or if it exists, it's going to know that you didn't help it, and it's going to punish you or your descendants based on your decisions because you knew
Ah.
about it. So telling somebody about it is actually like fucking them over. So that's the only subject that was banned on these discussions and these forums was like talking about that thing. It's like, yo, we can't even joke about that. Like, and these are scientists. They're not,
Wow.
they're
Yeah.
just, they're not typically superstitious or anything like that. This is like, no, it's just the odds. So Pascal's wager, same way. I'd rather believe than not because it gives me a level of spiritual confidence.
Mhm.
I know that was a lot. It was a big circle. Are you still there? Uh-oh. She's breaking up. We can no longer hear you. So what we're going to do with that time then, until we get her back, we're going to listen to a jam. Let's see what we got. Anybody out in the comments, if you got a new one, let me know. We're going to listen to... Oh, wait.
Yeah, it's doing that thing again.
There she is. She's back.
Yeah, I don't know what is...
All right.
Are you sure it's your side?
I don't know if it's my side. I just know that you went out for a minute and I could not hear. There was nothing. There was nothing there.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, well, I guess we're going to listen to a jam. Because I do like to do that. I do like to put music into it because this show is typically, I mean, I haven't had anybody that wasn't a musician or in the music field. Even when it came to Coffee Talk, you know, like Coffee Talk, Cigar Talk Toronto. I was thinking of I was thinking of Coffee Talk. You know, we talk, we drink coffee.
Yeah.
But
and I do. I drink it every episode. I have
do you really?
a cup of coffee.
It's nighttime. I
That's
can't.
gonna be my thing too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's the thing too. That it does not faze me one bit. I've worked 18 years night shift for the past like 18 years. And for something to keep me up, it has to be like a Red Bull, 5-hour energy, Monster. It has to be something serious, like 300 milligrams of caffeine. Something like this. This is like drinking water. I just drink it for the taste.
I just drink this. See, if I drink a coffee, my hands are shaking. I'm fucking like, cause I didn't drink it growing up. My mom would drink it she had multiple cups a day. Like she would have like 6, 7, 8 cups a day, and it didn't matter. Like it didn't affect her. But I just wasn't interested. And I didn't drink coffee until I had turned I think I was like 31. And a client, it was cold out.
Oh my God.
I just really wanted something to warm my hands. And she was like, here, I'll give you a coffee. So she did. And I'm just holding it. And she's like, you're not going to drink it? I was like, I didn't want to be rude. It was a client. I was like, you know, I was selling.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, sure. And I was like, tastes terrible. Just so you know that. And she's like, oh, well, here. She fixed it up. You know, she put the cream, the sugar, all that good shit. And like, I was like, oh, that's actually pretty good. Halfway through that, I noticed that I was like talking like a little bit fast, and I was like, you know, like really energetic, and I noticed it, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And from then on, I like coffee because I was like, shit, all right, I just used the right amount.
It'll wake you up.
One cup of coffee will fuck me up. Like I will be fucking just balls to the wall. So I don't drink coffee on a regular basis for that reason. But
Now, if I don't drink it, I start to get a caffeine headache. And there's nothing worse than a caffeine headache. There's no med out here except for Excedrin that's helped me get over a caffeine headache. Even drinking caffeine after the caffeine headache, it doesn't kick in, you know. So I know in the morning I have to have, or when I wake up, I have to have one
give me my
cup
coffee
to get me. Yeah, it's like it's a drug. It really is. Like the nicotine in cigarettes, you know, you start craving, and that's like the worst drug in the world because like you cannot fight that nicotine craving.
Nicotine itself isn't bad.
Yeah.
It's the additives that are there. Like that is the bad part because nicotine itself okay, burning any plant matter and putting it in your lungs, not good.
Mm-hmm.
But like just for the lungs, like the, you know, lung function, but as far as the cancers and all the really bad shit, it's the additives in cigarettes.
Oh, it's weird. Yeah, there's 21 different. I read 21. There's probably more different chemicals in cigarettes.
Oh, way more. There's a shit ton of
way
chemicals.
more than that now.
They you know, they had tobacco scientists, and those tobacco scientists, man, I don't appreciate what they did, but I do love Newports.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean I really do. Like I love Newports. I think that's been my brand since. So my mom smoked growing up, like to the point, and I hated it. I had asthma, so it was like, you know, I'm not trying to be around cigarette smoking. Back in the day, like you get that much, you get like a little crack in the window, and they gonna smoke in the car. So like my teachers all thought that I smoked in like first grade. They're like, do you smoke cigarettes? Cause you smell like cigarettes. Nope. Just drive to school with my mom.
Yeah, it's still doing that.
It's illegal in Florida.
Yeah.
You can't smoke in a car.
What is it?
It's illegal in Florida to smoke in a car with a kid.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's as it should be. I mean,
Oh,
fuck.
I'm sure it is.
I was
Yeah.
trying, but like
That secondhand smoke.
the secondhand smoke definitely is not good. The first hand isn't good either. But I think that you have that
Mm-hmm.
choice. I think that it's you have a choice to smoke if you want to, just like you have a choice to do anything else that negatively impacts your health. Like if you can sit there and go to McDonald's, you should be able to have a cigarette if you want to, because like they're bad for you. We know it. We accept the risk. I call it the slowest form of suicide there is. You accept the fact that it's probably going to take you out one day. Like if you knew it would be next year, would you quit? Probably.
Right.
But it's not. It's going to take it off the end. Well,
Yeah.
everybody taxes the future
But that's
self.
anything, man. That's like food.
Yeah.
That's any of it. We're not gonna live forever. That's my motto. Like
Depends.
you're just not. You don't. Well, I don't know with all the drugs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've
Good
got.
luck. I
We
don't
have
think
the
I'll live
ability. We
forever.
have the ability to grow. Like right now, you can live like this very instant. You can already live to 230 years old. It just won't be in the form that you are used to. So a brain itself,
Mhm.
they have it about 230 years is how long they can keep a brain alive, like biologically alive. The thing is that
Mhm.
we don't just want to be a brain. We want to experience all the stuff. So like it essentially we don't consider a brain that's just sitting there to be alive. We're like, yeah, it's living tissue, but it's not alive, right? Because it lacks
Mhm.
just like the rock in there. It lacks the organs to speak, but that doesn't mean that it's not aware, like um, and conscious even. Um, so like they can already do that. They can extend it to 230. The fact that we have the ability, like the quantum computers, they're using that. Um, as soon as they have it up to enough qubits, I think it's 1,000 qubits, they can actually map the entire brain. So every function that we have, every neuron, they can map all of it and actually have a place for it. So once that's the case, you could literally be mapped onto a digital interface, and that would be for all extensive purposes, that would be you. Like, and it would be you if you define yourself
Yeah.
as that information.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know, who was it? It was Spock. So Spock spent the last bit of his life doing voiceover, like doing voice, like he was recording a bunch of stuff so that, and he was also doing a bunch of stuff like physically so they could map his face and his actions and everything. And it was, he knew he was going to die, and he chose to do that. Spend the last 3 months of his life doing this to map everything out so that he could talk to his family and everybody else. Like they have an AI of him essentially, and you can go talk to Spock. And for anybody that that knows him or doesn't know him or anything, they're talking. That would be his reactions to things, like that part
But
right
it's
there.
pre-programmed. It's pre-programmed, but like, can you ask him any question in the world and it's going to talk back?
Yes,
Or is it? Or okay.
you can ask it any question. The thing is like how, because it makes decisions just like AI does right now. It makes decisions. They're based on its past experience and so on, and that's what his was. And I would say that they probably didn't map every neuron of his. They didn't map all of the things. They just got the physical characteristics and a long psychological profile, you know. But like, and so it might be close to it, whatever. But are you the same you? There's a philosophy kicking in. Are you the same you that you were when you were 5, 10?
No. No.
You said no. You said it immediately too. That's awesome. A lot of people they feel like, yeah, well, that was me. Well, it's like I don't have any of the same interests. Do I have the same taste in food? The same like there's a whole different. It's a whole different me. So if that's not you, then definitely you can't translate to a computer and that be you. Like that's, even if they can map the neurons, like that's not going to change. It's going to be stuck in that format and ideology forever. Like it can absorb new information, but it's going to react to it in the sense that yours did, because your brain is a physical thing, and those neural pathways are like, you're born relatively smooth brained, and all those little creases, they fucking mean shit. Like if you played an instrument of any kind, then you have a question mark in the front of your, like in the very front of your brain. They proved that with what was it? It was Einstein's brain. They didn't think that he played any instruments because he wasn't known for playing instruments. Nobody in his adult life knew to know anything. And but you know, they took his brain. They weren't supposed to, but they took his brain and dissected it and put it in different places. And like when they found it again, because it was hidden in a lab somewhere, like it was just randomly in the back of the fridge. But they found it and they were like, okay, so they started examining it and they found the front part of his brain and they saw this thing that they were pretty sure was for musicians, which was the question mark in the front. And they're like, but he didn't play instruments. Let's try and figure this out. They come to find out that he did master the piano when he was like between 4 and 6 or before 4 and 7.
Mastered the piano.
Like mastered the piano. Like and
That's it.
But what that shows is that your physical brain, all those lines, all those creases, all that stuff, that's your neural pathways, and they all translate to, you know, different parts of the brain. So I found that super interesting. But I don't remember where the hell I was going. No clue. That would be the ADD. That would be the marijuana.
Yes.
Marijuana affects the memory.
I hate that.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
But see, to me, like a lot of people, they're like, man, I was talking about something, and they'll try and think of it, and they sit in that state. I'll be like, I don't know. If it's important, it'll come back. It's gone.
Right.
Like just let it go.
You weren't meant to say all.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and that's so your predestination. That's a weird one for me. It's like predestination, believing in fate and stuff. Like if we do have free will, you can't believe in fate if you have free will.
The way I look at it, it's interesting. Now, if I cut out, it's because of the internet. Okay.
Okay.
Like I don't know, it's been doing it every like 2 minutes over here. I believe that creation is already made, but there's possible, like I was saying before, there's infinite possibilities within creation being already made, and so what do I mean by fate and all that kind of stuff? I just mean like, you know, for some reason your soul chose that person at the time. Basically, what I was trying to tell you earlier.
Yeah.
Because your soul needs that at that time to grow. It's just like a seed. We're always moving in. If not, if your soul doesn't choose to grow, you're basically dead. Like, what are you here for? You're supposed to experience things and do certain things. So you meet that person for a specific reason. That's why I believe in fate. That's why I believe in predestined. Because there could be 5 soulmates out there that's predestined for you, but this is the path that you're going down for this specific reason. Because you chose it. It's your free will. Because you chose not to be a heart surgeon versus being a musician.
Yeah.
You know, this is the person that's going to be placed in your path to help you live out your life as a heart surgeon.
There's also like,
does that make sense?
There's definitely it is, but also you meet the opposite of that. Like you meet people that you definitely shouldn't have met. Like they definitely fucked up your shit. Now was that a lesson that you had to learn? Maybe, and possibly, you know, like that's even if it's. I mean, at the end of all this, like say
that's the University of Polarity.
Yeah.
That's the University of. So it doesn't matter what route you go down, you're still going to have contrast always. I mean, we're always going to have that. We're not going to get around it. I'm sorry. So you might have a different contrast for a different life that you have chosen. Just because you chose to be a heart surgeon does not mean you're not going to have bad experiences in your life. Doesn't mean you're not going to meet that could cause you your medical license or whatever situation that's going on that you consider bad. Now, see, there it goes.
You're still in. Maybe not. I thought you were still in. It was like, oh, there it goes.
I'm back.
Yeah, there it is.
Now what? Another? Yeah. See, I'll tell you. So then also everything is neutral. So you give meaning to whether something's bad or good. That's another thing I believe.
I think you're right, 100%.
Yeah.
We have a lot of the same worldviews, which is craziness.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't exist for the most part. Did you go in and out right then? I've been pausing, waiting for you to come back in. I was like, all right, she's gonna be okay. No, not a pause. All right, so depending on how long it takes her, we're about to conclude the episode anyway. But we're gonna listen to a jam until she comes back through. Let's see what we want to listen to. You know, Florida boy Tony, you know I love you, bruh. We need to get, we're gonna play rock, paper, scissors. You know, it's one of my favorite. Rock, paper, scissors, go check it out. Spotify, YouTube, all that good stuff. Where'd it go? There it goes.
Yeah.
We gonna let's do a jam. I thought it was gonna be extended. Alright, so we got Florida boy Tony. This is rock, paper, scissors. Got to record this one.
I'm just trying to figure it out. I say you ain't gotta call me cause got me, man, I'm good. I swear protecting my energy. You don't want me, so stay over there. Biting your lips, catching a fit like I'm supposed to care. Well, girl, get over here and show me that you love me. If you love me, then I say show me that you for me. If you for me, then I'm counting Benjamins, trying to meet these fucking ends. Like, girl, I'm trying to make it work. This life get hard as rocks, so I'm cutting to this paper first. But love it, if you don't want me, fuck it. Cause we could fix this if you want, but you not saying nothing. Like, we could fix this if you want, you gotta give me substance. A young nigga from round the way, I'm leaving here with something. After I leave from here, we fucking. Like, I'm not one of those guys. My interest is in the truth, so don't you tell me them lies. I'm interested in you, cause you be matching my fly. We just two birds, now let's make love in the sky. Shit. Hey, look, but I'm just trying to figure you out. Do you be crying all the time cause you want dick in your mouth? Do you like it when I be dicking you out? When I had your ass to the north, your face buried down in this. But you ain't gotta call me cause got me, man, I'm good. I swear protecting my energy. You don't want me, so stay over there. Biting your lips, catching a fit like I'm supposed to care. Well, girl, get over here and show me that you love me. If you love me, then I say show me that you for me. If you for me, then I'm counting Benjamins, trying to meet these fucking ends. Like, girl, I'm trying to make it work. This life get hard as rock, so I'm cutting to this paper first.
Yeah, Florida boy Tony.
I said we playing rock.
And he was like, you know, on his end, he said he wanted to cut this out. He was like, all right, just cut it right there. Like, cut it right there. It's good. I was like, nah, let this motherfucker ride. Let it ride for a minute.
Let it ride out. Yeah. That beat is nice. Good.
I just got him talking in the back. Hey, we just fucking around. We doing the ad libs. I was like, yeah, perfect.
Hey, you recorded it?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, we playing. Shit. Okay then. Okay then.
That's my jam, man. Come snap, they made it. Hey, that's cool. I like that. They made it to where you can actually exit out of the sound or whatever you're listening to and be in the video. That's cool. Good on y'all, Riverside. I appreciate that. If y'all want to sponsor, y'all can absolutely do that. Cause I'm, you know, I don't want to have to pay that bill every year. Yeah, but it's definitely
nice.
Yeah, no, that was one of my favorite songs to record because like he did he's one of those one take wonders. He's one of those dudes that can go in there and just do it one time and he comes back through. He's like, all right, let's do the double, bam, and all right, let's do the ad libs. Done. The track's done. It's like, what the fuck, dude? All right, that's great. That's we can get through a studio session no problem. Like, how much you think we're gonna get through in an hour? It's like 3 songs. There ain't no way, bro. We ain't doing 3 songs in an hour.
That's Pac. Remember Pac? Yeah, Pac did that. He just wanted to do. He was a perfectionist, but you know, you got the energy.
Oh, dude, he had, man, Pac. The way that he did it, like I like watching the which one's the one that Eminem updated, the Resurrection, the Resurrection documentary. Like he did when he talked about it, he said there's a clip of him and the Outlaws recording in the studio, and he's like, man, I love the studio, and it's him just going, hey, y'all get in there, you spit your verse however you do it, like you might be offbeat, you might be whatever, just do that, or do what I do, go in there, freestyle a couple times, go back in, freestyle a couple more times, and then you let the engineers do whatever they do, like that's what I do, and I'm getting out of here. And like everybody else is just standing around going, like, what the fuck?
Like I believe in being meticulous. I do. There's definitely some good to that. I also believe in capturing the energy, and that come from because I went to Crass to be a sound engineer.
Yeah.
And it was all about you got to capture it right then and there, using the analog, make sure you're recording, because the emotions that the artists are given, they're not going to give that. You can tell them to do it 35 times. That emotion's going to go away, like eventually. Now they're focused on getting it technically right, which is good. I mean, of course you want to be meticulous and you want things to sound good. So I'm like in the middle.
That's the best way to be. That's the best way to be.
Yeah. Let the engineer fix it, but also you don't want a sloppy ass job. You don't want them up on the mic like this and eating the mic and dancing around. You're not getting all the syllables and everything. You don't want them too happy.
I've dealt with a lot of different recording types. One of the most rewarding and yet frustrating things that happened to me was, I'm not even gonna say who it was because I know he listens. But he was recording at the house, and I'm sorry, he was recording at his place before he actually came down and recorded with me. He was recording himself. He's like, I've been doing it for 10 years. Like, I'm gonna record myself, but I can always hear like him going like this, going like that into the mic. Like, it changes the volume and the intensity, and then you can hear randomly. You'll hear a chain like dangling and stuff. I'm like, all right,
nah, man,
that ain't gonna work.
Around like this.
So I said, bro, if you come here, I'm gonna treat you like a 90-year-old lady. I'm gonna put a tennis ball in the fucking in the booth, and fucking you gotta make sure that you foreheads on the tennis ball. Like, you seen that? You seen that trick? Like the old folk do in the fucking in their garage, so they don't fucking run the shit over or fucking close the door on their shit. They put and that actually works really well for those people that are super active. Like, it's not a tennis ball, but it's like a fuzzy ball. Like, make sure that you're right here. Like, that should not come off your forehead. If it doesn't, then you gonna have a good take. Because some of these people, they can't help it. Stevie Wonder in this bitch is what they doing. But they didn't realize that Stevie had the best mic control out there.
Yeah. Well, if they have to tell Mike, remember when was it Quincy? It was Quincy Jones when they were recording Thriller. I talk about this all the time. He had to tell Michael to quit dancing. Because, it's a natural thing for Michael to move his feet when he's obviously recording and he's an entertainer, But they had to tell him and it's in the movie, but I kind of already knew that before. Stand still, because...
Sit back, man. We can hear your feet moving and the so it's like, you definitely want them to you're trying to capture that emotion, but you also don't want them, you don't want the unwanted sounds in there. You said you went to Craft. You went to Craft, you said?
I think you can hear me.
Oh, I thought...
Craft. Yeah, I went to Craft. I went to Craft back in 2024.
Do you think Rick Rubin is
I hope you can still hear me.
Yeah,
I did that.
Oh, you there? You there? I was like, and I saw your head move. I was like, oh shit, you ain't froze. Or you are froze. She might actually be froze this time. Gotta love it. All right. Well, while we waiting, I'm gonna put one out I did most recently. Vast difference. RFS, Cracker Rican.
Everybody's having fun.
Cut out.
I see you go back.
I guess. Give it a try.
Howdy doody, how we doing today? Hey, I reckon we playing the same old games like chess, battle from left and right again, ain't it? Ha. But that's just how life goes, isn't it? I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and do the same fucking damn thing I did yesterday, and the day before too. And I'm hoping my friends and family will come on and hang out with me, and happy Thanksgiving and fuck all you, hey!
Right, new day, but I think anytime it ain't no escape. It ain't nobody running just this way. And howdy, hey, hey. Back in the days, not mad at the maze. Steady stacking my plays, just another
another rat in the race. Take your cheese, make believe, birds and bees, playing stop go, then everybody freeze. From the moments of peace, skin knees on the streets, breeze in the trees, Sunday school Mimi playing the keys, rivers of Babylon as she sings. With mom, it was always Grease.
Right, new day, but I think Eddie's coming. Ain't no escape, and ain't nobody running just this way. And howdy, hey, hey.
It's just a copy and waste paste, just like as a kid chased cheddar when it was grilled. Now we try to stack up cold bang like commas. It all sounds old, but can we visit back sometime to yesterday when we feel so alone?
I wasn't around for Coke bottles and comics, but I've always shared the night sky for the questions and comments. Sometimes it was a broken promise, but out on purpose. That's why I'm still steady, staying, paying homage.
Right, new day, but I think Eddie's coming. Ain't no escape, and ain't nobody running just this way. And howdy, hey, hey.
A time filled with dreams.
Well, Sid, I've just slept through.
Nah, but fun hasn't left you.
If there's 12, I'm on step 2, consumed, not confused.
With an adult point of view.
Well, look, the sun's out today.
Okay, can Ryan come out and play?
Right, new day, but I think Eddie's coming. Ain't no escape, and ain't nobody running just this way. And howdy, hey, hey.
So he had told me that he wanted to do a song about childhood and shit, and he had this chorus for Toy Story type shit, and I was like, all right, cool, let's go with that then. And
Right.
for me, it was fun to do. Like you said, capturing the magic of the moment made me think of that song, because like that's not a chorus that I would do. I do like pretty much hardcore underground hip hop, and so like to do a song where it's even remotely like having that inflection and doing a singing type chorus is like that's not what I do. But I was in that mood, like it was in that space, that specific creative space was like, yeah, I can do that. I mean, because he's a singing type, you know, he's like he's into hip hop. So it's like, you know, just you never know when you're gonna capture that moment, that magic I call it, because like, dude, I've been in bands. Like I was in bands growing up. Like I played bass and I did the turntables and I sang for a little bit, and like doing that when you jam, like when you're just jamming out as musicians, like you get in these pockets and it's like that's how song it feels like magic. It's like because everybody knows, or when somebody hits that right take, like in the booth, like they've been, you know, they did a couple takes and they hit that right one, you're like, that's good to go. Like we're good, we can move on.
Yep.
That shit
That's
feels
how
like magic.
Biggie was.
Yeah.
Jeff Porcaro, if I'm saying it right, from Toto. I hope I'm saying that
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
The drummer. You know, I'm sure you know who that is.
Yep.
I watched a video of it. He's like, it's the engineer's responsibility to get everything, capture everything. I shouldn't have to tell the engineer how to mic everything up. I'm just gonna play. You are responsible for catching everything.
Yep.
I'm not gonna change the way I play the drums. Because how I play the drums, there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Obviously, he was a professional, you know, so he knew what he was doing. But it's like, yeah, you can tell the artists how to sing, rap, and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely, you can coach them and stuff. You better be on top of your game too, as an engineer, music producer. But it's like,
Shit, I didn't press record. How many times?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't press record. You're fucked. Because they'll be like, all right, that was great, man. That felt really good. Yeah, about that. Something was, I don't know. I didn't like that. Can you do it again? It's like if you tell them that you just didn't press the record button, like all confidence is lost.
I wouldn't dare tell them that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I can hear some scratching. You need to do not tell them. Don't tell them. Like just go, hey, you need to do another take actually, because that there was some feedback, something, I don't know. Like tell them something so they don't, because otherwise their confidence is gone, and that's gonna. Every recording that you do is a snapshot of that moment. Like you can't get it back. It's just like real time. You can record it and you can document it, but you can't get it back. You're not gonna be able to do the same performance, inflection, so on. Especially some of the more dynamic performances, like you might be, if you just mumble rap, you might be able to redo that one. Like I think, but if you actually want some expression and things like that, dynamics, then you're gonna need to capture that whenever the fuck it happens. Do you want to?
Well,
What
it's
made you
like
go to?
Tizio.
Oh, what?
Oh, it's like Tizio. I shut down a bunch of programs on my side, so hopefully that might help
Yeah,
with the
you're
lagging.
clear as can be now.
Yeah, I think there's something running in the background that was eating. So yeah, like Tizio, he talks about it. You know, Pro Tools freezes up all the time during their sessions because they might. I think they use a lot of CPU. I don't know. I don't know
They
what
do.
the thing is, but
It does.
Pro Tools is known to just freeze up and all that. He's saving constantly. But yeah, he's very honest with Chris Brown. Like, hey man, we're having some technical difficulty over here, but they have a good relationship like that. They've been working together for years.
Yeah.
You know?
I know you. I
So
know
she's
you
like
and know that you're
mature.
good. They already
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
confidence and it's built up. If you go in there, especially
It's
if it's the
built
first
up.
time, you're not getting hired back. Like they're not bringing you back for anything. If you're like, hey, I didn't press record once. You could record the rest of the album and it works great. They're gonna remember when you didn't press record because, man, that song could have been so much better. I did it so much better that time, even if they didn't. But really, like, so there's the capture engineer. There's the and I consider that to be the studio engineer, and then there's the mix engineer. That's my shit. Like I'm a mix engineer all
Yeah.
day. I can
Yeah.
do a static like a non-creative mix, like a static mix, but I got too much creativity, man. You gotta let me have a little bit of leeway in what how it goes. I'm a producer at the same time. Like
I love that. Gosh.
it's hard to get that though. Like it's hard for people to believe your opinion over theirs. Like as a creative, like convincing them that hey man, let me just do what I do, or even getting them to retake something. They'll be like, no, I got it. It's like, right, but can you try it with this inflection? Can you try maybe spacing this word here? And they'll be like, nobody messes with my lyrics. Nobody messes with. Okay, but I'm just telling you from an objective point. I'm in service of the song, no matter what. Of course, I do work for them. As far as like the name that goes on the album, they gotta live with it. So if you fuck up their shit and it doesn't sound good, but they let it pass, then that's gonna be on the engineer. So essentially, like they get whatever you say is how it's gonna go. Like if you disagree with my opinion, all right, but I'm telling you what I thought, and which I can live with. But I also do insist though that I A/B everything. I'll be like, all right, they did it their way, perfect, great, everything's good. Can I get you to do it this way? Can I get you to make these changes? And sometimes, I mean, most of the time they're open to it. But if they're not, it's like, well, let's A/B it. Let's listen to them back to back, side by side, and whichever one you like is what we're gonna go with. And 90% of the time, they're gonna go with what it is my suggestion was. So like, yeah, that's actually a really good idea. But if they don't, hey, they gotta live with it. So it's fine. Like they're gonna be fine with it. I'm okay. It could have been better. But I think that's trust though. You have to get the trust. Now they don't even ask. They just follow the general instruction. Rick Rubin, he says he doesn't as far as his producing style, he doesn't know. He says he doesn't know. He does, but he says he doesn't know. He's never played an instrument. He doesn't sing. He doesn't know anything.
Right.
He doesn't do any of the actual mixing or anything. He just has a preference, and people prefer his preference. Is what it is. And I'm like, well, that's a lie because he actually played in a band. He played guitar. He fucking sang. And he knows every single piece of gear, every button, everything what it does. He just doesn't physically do it. Okay, that's different than what y'all
Well,
said.
neither did Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
Quincy Jones in the walk in there. I know I talk about him a lot, but he's a great example of a music producer. He organized that whole thing.
Yep.
He had Eddie Van Halen come in there and play that guitar riff on "Beat It."
He killed
He's
it.
the one that orchestrated, but never touched the instrument. You
Right.
know, he had Bruce Sweden right there, one of the greatest engineers of all time, that did Off the Wall and Thriller and knew what he was doing. So he knew that's a music producer, really, honestly.
So, but in today's thing, especially with hip hop, if you say
They
I'm a
don't like
producer,
listen to you.
well, yeah, no, hell no. Like they go, if you're a music producer, they're like, oh, you make beats. Well, yes, I do that, but I also,
It's two different things.
I can capture and I can mix, and I'm gonna tell you what should be and shouldn't be. And so, like, if they come to me, then that's what they're going for, because like I tell them up front, like the first whole day when somebody comes to stay or whatever, it's the fuck around time. Like we gotta understand each other so that you get it. And they'll be like, no, we're gonna capture today. Cool. Go ahead and capture it, but I'm gonna say that you're not used to the way that everybody operates different. Like when it comes to a studio, like everybody has a different way of doing things, and like one of the things about Rick Rubin that I was, like just amazed me was his when you go to Shangri-La, the old place, when you go to it, before an artist gets there, it's all white. Everything is white. The couch, the lamps, the walls, everything is white. As you start laying down music, you'll start noticing colors popping up, like in the house. Like rooms will be, stark white, and then one day after you've done like a couple tracks, the whole room will be, and now this room is yellow, and all the it starts popping up with the different things, because it's the environment, and that's how Rick Rubin feels about the album. Is he's
Yeah, I
like,
remember you talking about that.
dude, that shit is so crazy to me that like,
Yeah.
so your environment is based on your like the songs that you're making, like that's on another level. But it took the same thing. I'm a utilitarian. Like, if it works, good enough. I don't care. Like, I don't care what anything looks like. Like, I'm not one for a flashy car because I don't care. I just don't care about the part. Does it get me where I want to go as fast as I want to get there? Yes, done. And so like, my place for the longest time was just bare white, just stark white the whole way around. You get in the booth, it's just you're covered by the blue walls or whatever. I put in a colored light in there just to give it color or something, and like what I noticed is that people, when they'd come in, they'd be like, okay, like there was no like shock factor, there was no like the relationships that were made in that environment was like purely based on our connection, like just keeping it stark white. But when I changed the layout, like it used to be, I had tapestries over every wall, and it was all different stuff, like just a bunch of different random shit. And so like they come in here, they're like, whoa, fucking crazy. Like they get an experience, and whatever their environment is it definitely impacts the music. Like I noticed that a lot in the creativity. So do you need
like Taylor Swift? She goes in like she records in a house, like an old. You can watch her in her documentary. She don't record in a traditional looking studio.
Most of the majors don't now. Most of the majors don't now. Like most of the majors are. We're in a point of technology where you can record anywhere. It doesn't even matter. And if you really want to get into it, you want to get into conspiracies on the music side, they have been using AI in music for a lot longer than we've had access to it, specifically with singers. Like, that's not only autotune is a level of it, but no, actual like voice clone copies, that's been around a long time.
They say Britney Spears didn't really sing any of those songs on her albums. Now that's just what I heard.
And she was on Disney.
That's one
who developed those systems. Like they developed the voice cloning. And I'm like, yeah, see, like back in the day when they used to. Okay, so the perfect example of what brought it to light with the source that I'm talking about. He did a little documentary on YouTube and stuff, and he's got his site, but it's I cannot think of that guy's name. But he noticed that like back in the day when people would cuss on TV, like there would be their voice, but it wasn't their voice. You always assumed that it was somebody else. Like it was like, oh yeah, somebody that somewhat sounded like him. No, that was the first attempts at like voice cloning. It was like always really bad. But they've been working on that technology since the late 80s. So through the 90s and in the 2000s, they were using it like crazy, especially for artists that maybe can't sing as well as the others.
Right. Wasn't AI has been out since what, the 40s, 50s, somewhere around there? It's been out
it was
a
the
long
50s.
time. Yeah.
It wasn't. I mean, it was rudimentary, but it was the beginnings of like computers. Look at the size of computers. That's really what stopped it.
Now before I had to lag, did you ask me a question? Something. I don't know. You probably asked me a question. I want to make sure I answered the questions that you had.
I don't even know. I don't know what was said prior. Oh, I did ask you one though. It was do you feel like your environment? Do you need a specific environment to be creative when you're either engineering and or when you're singing?
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
How it's dark in here. Like, okay, I don't like making beats. I don't like because I've done music production in the past. Like I've done the recording artists when they're rapping and everything like that. I've actually made songs for artists. Like I told you, they didn't like, they didn't put it out.
It got shelved.
Every room, yeah, they didn't put it out. Whatever. It was because they didn't want to put their part of it out. But every environment that I've ever been in has to be dark. I don't make any of my beats during the day. I might.
beats
It's
come
weird.
out
It's
at
really
night.
weird. My brain doesn't. I think it's at 18 years of working at night shift. My brain really just doesn't do good during the day. My creative side, this is when it comes out.
That's
Remember, 'cause
natural.
I told you, I was like,
That's natural.
yeah,
That's
6
for
o'clock.
everybody. Everybody, the nighttime.
Isn't it a thing
Yes,
for
it is. It is a thing. They did a study, and they were like, there's times of day, and everybody's different, and it does range. But it's nighttime is typically the most creative part because the first part of your daytime and the sunlight is actually putting you in productivity mood to be like, okay, I need to gather, I need to hunt, I need to do the things that I need to do during the day.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
evolutionary information has gone all the way to now. When you're at night, you're sitting there thinking of telling stories and talking about the day, whatever it is, you're telling stories. So the creative side came, it's higher at night than it is in the day.
Yeah, I cannot. During the day, I'm too hyper focused. I need to go to the gym. I gotta get this done. I gotta run to the store. I need to cook my meals during the day. Whatever it is. I'm taking a nap. Like I do take naps, a lot of naps.
Are you a nap
I just
person?
don't get up. Yeah, either that or I'll sleep until 1 o'clock in the afternoon if I don't have nothing to do. And
That's what I
I'm
did.
up late at night.
I did it
Yep,
today.
I'm up late at night. Like last night, I was up until 2 or 3 o'clock messing around with videos, and then I started messing around with one of the beats that I told you I'm trying to make 5 beats
Yeah.
to have on me at all times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the 3rd one right now. I was messing around, organize. It's like, and I didn't get to bed until late, so then I slept in. And I could not. I tried getting up at 9, 10 o'clock, couldn't do it. Went right back to sleep.
That's the same thing. I did the same exact thing.
I was gonna work on some beats around noon. I had a whole schedule in my mind. Nope, that shut completely down.
Life is what happens while
Like,
you're
I don't
planning something else.
Yeah, I can't. Like, so, and it has to be dark. Like, this is the perfect environment for me. I like having the candle, have a candle lit on this side. I like having greenery. Something about that, like that forestry
Me
look.
too.
Some type of plant. Yeah, I have to have something. Now that's a fake plant, but I do like having live plants around. Definitely candle, like I said, when I'm creating. It's just it has to set the mood. When I recorded in like recording studios, the lights had to be off.
Yep. Every time, like it's just the way I like it. Like,
Yeah,
I only
it
have
sets
the
the
lights.
mood.
I only have these lights because of the show. Like whenever the show's done, these lights go off. You can't see, 3 feet, 4 feet in front of you. You can see the desk and all the stuff I need, but that's it. Even then, my eyes aren't coming off of the screen like very often. I'm working on there. Or I'll go over to the push or to the keyboard and just play there. But that's only because I set those up there. I let my drums, my electric drums are over there. Like, set everything up to. Do you set yours up to always be on? Like, what's your when you produce? Are you mostly in the box, like on the screen, or do you have physical
Like-
components?
Yeah. So I have I have a 61 key MIDI over here. I have to have that. If I'm mixing, like when I start mixing my own, it's in the box. Obviously, I don't have the compressor and the outboard gear out here. And then I might go ahead and get some, like I plan on getting some like guitars and some basses and some, but I have to have tangible stuff. Like I'm not gonna play, like I use Logic a lot, and yeah, I'll Command K and use the little tiny keyboard that's inside of Logic, but I'd rather touch the MIDI and
Like,
feel
dude,
that
playing the click around game, like with that, like, nah. Like I'll perfect it in there. Like I have no problem going in there and like moving, like not quantizing, because don't quantize shit. It washes it.
Hey, I did yesterday. There's some things I do, but I quantized a set of drums that I was programming in Logic, and it fucked it up. I can always Command Z it, but still.
That's that. As long as you Command Z, you'll be good. Like they do captures. So the cool thing about Ableton that I really like is the auto captures. Like if you go in there and you're just jamming, you're like, shit, I didn't press record. You press there's a little capture square, and as long as you've been playing and you haven't changed anything, it'll play all of it. It'll play the past 2 hours as long as you haven't gone to another track. Like it's like, oh shit, all right, cool.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
it's super helpful. So many times where I was like, dude, that was cool as fuck. Like, what was that exactly? Hey, let's see. I have all the, I have a ton of outboard equipment, like, not a ton, because I'd like more. I'd like more, so it's not a ton.
Oh, I want a compressor. I want everything. I want an SSL board right here, but am I gonna get it? Hell no.
It's gonna be. I mean, if you.
I want my DBX.
I got a couple DBX right here, but
You do?
yeah, like I got their was it the 266 XL, which is their compressor. I have the let me see, DBX. What is? Oh, they're also my snake. Yeah, I got the DBX. What the fuck? Where this word always eludes me every single time, and it's where all the connections go into and then come out of. It routes everything.
Oh my god. How can I not know the name of that either?
You know what I'm saying? Dude, and it drives me crazy because I mean, you use it quite a bit.
Oh yeah, I know what it is. Is it a
Patchboard.
converter?
Patch bay.
Oh yeah. Oh, you got a patch bay?
Yeah. Have to. You gotta have a patch bay if you wanna. So I have a very specific setup. You said being meticulous has its ups and downs. I don't have everything set up exactly how I want it because I'm so meticulous that it's like it's gonna take a while to figure out. I got things I actually have to do, and then I have things that I want to do. The things that I want to do is I have a board right here that's
What's that mixer in the back over there by your speakers?
This is just a pile. This is for live. Like this is just for my in-house monitors. And if I do like essentially this is just it's here for looks essentially because like I don't use this one very often. I don't even power it up because I don't like Pile as a brand. Like
or Behringer?
Well, Behringer can. It depends on what you get and when you got it. Those KRKs that are in the back there, like that's.
Oh yeah.
This one's little brother ended up fucking exploding one of those, so I don't trust him anymore either. I ended up moving over to the Yamahas and the JBLs.
I like JBL.
They're bassy. They're bassy.
Yeah, they're very The JBL headphones I got are very bassy.
So your JBL for headphones. So I'm really like, I think that I got what 4 different headphones like right in front of me here because like I am obsessed with headphones. Most people say like, oh yeah, headphones. Yeah, Audio Technicas. Which ones?
Yeah, they're good. These are it says the ATH M30.
Okay.
These I bought. I buy a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Now, if it looks new and there's nothing wrong with it, I'm going to meet them at the wherever, somewhere public, and I'm buying it. And I got this from a guy. He only used it one time for $20.
Done, son.
$20. Yep. This M Audio, 61 keys. I did pay. It's the Pro 61. I paid $180 for that. These KRKs, I paid $160. These were brand new.
Nice.
I drove down to Tucson to get it. I got I always got a Kai, so I got a couple of
Dude, that right there, that controller is if you're going traveling, like, and you have Ableton, because that's made for Ableton.
This one is.
Yeah, I love that. The matrix that they have is fucking awesome. I actually love that keyboard. I have so I thought it was a scam. It was kind of funny. I thought that for my Complete Control, Native Instruments Complete Control S88, it is it's 88 key. It's got just the amount of stuff that it's capable of doing. I was like, this dude had it up for $100, and things go for like $1,600. I was like, that's a scam. There's no way. And then
basically
and not
brand new, right?
Yeah, and not to be racist, but it was a Filipino dude, and his page was very Filipino. Like there was barely any English on it. So I'm like, okay, so it's just a scam. There's no way. And he answered back on Facebook Marketplace. He answered back. He's like, I have it. It's available. I was like, when's it available? And let me guess, I got to send you the money first. He's like, well, no. I mean, you meet up with me at the Well, it's like 2 hours away too, so it's not like it's just an easy little trip.
Oh.
But like I was like, it's worth it. That shit is worth it.
It is.
And so even meeting him, I was like, okay, there's gonna be some type of pull here. Nah, good to go. $100. Fucking, he's like, all right, man. Why did you do that? He goes, because I bought the next level. I bought the S or the Mach 3 at the time was out, and so he's like, I just bought that one, and I can't. This is a big motherfucker. I can't just say I don't have enough room in my
They
place.
want to get rid of it.
For $100?
That's it.
Man, you know how much these go for, right? He's like, yeah, I paid a lot for it, but you know that was like, what do you say? That was 3 or 4 years ago, and it's fucking brand new, bro. But like you can get some really good deals. I got my headphones. One of my sets of headphones, the 990s, Sennheiser. Yeah, those 990s, I love them. Are you open back or closed back?
For which one?
For your
what?
headphones, like your preference.
Oh, I don't know, really, honestly. I can't remember that because I know I used that and Crass because they had so many different types of headphones. I don't.
So if they're, the open back. The only reason I like open back is because it's either the 770s or the 990s. A lot of people go with, and that's how like the 770s are the closed back, so it doesn't leak any sound out. It just keeps them contained, which to me it adds frequency, it adds bass, like because it's going to reverberate back and forth. So having it open, it allows it to hit your eardrum and everything else, and then go out, and it's going to stay out. It's not going to be wrapped up in there, so you get a flatter sound.
Yeah. I've never used professional headphones like that.
There,
Never.
Marketplace, about the same price that you was paying the other, but $120 on Marketplace. I find a lot of these, specifically the 990s.
Sennheiser?
Yep. And they are. That's
a good brand.
It's like listening to. If you've never listened to if you've never heard higher quality headphones, they are absolutely the best. It's like listening to an album that you've heard a million times, brand new when you hear it through the headphone amp. You're like, what the fuck? This sounds amazing. Like, what's this?
Yeah.
Like, what is it doing? And so, like, those were my favorite. I had them on, and somebody had turned the volume up. So, and I wasn't using my headphones at the time. So I went like a week of mixing out here, and those headphones were all the way up the entire time. So when I did go, oh shit, I wonder when that happened. I listened to it, and it was fucking blown. Like they were just fucking, they were done. Like it's just, if it gets a little bit louder, has a little bit of bass, you just hear it. I'm like, oh fuck, all right.
Man, that's
awful. That pissed me off really bad because those are 250 ohms. But then I went and got another deal though. It was, I think they were $230. They're $600 headphones. The SHxxTiN, them shits are, again, it's leaps and bounds above the other one, and not for the same reasons. The Sennheisers were enjoyable. Like it was like, dude, this sounds amazing. Those are flat. So if you can hear all the frequencies across the board, it doesn't change them in any way.
Yeah.
Like those are as flat as I've ever heard. So like,
they kind of remind me of Barefoot. Barefoot's like that.
yeah. If you can get anything that's flat, like that's the goal in your room, is to get as flat as possible, like your response. So like, getting into the nerdy stuff, when you run your test and you look at the what your room looks like what frequencies it dips in, what where the peaks and valleys are, like you realize because it's the same reason why when you go from your room into the car, you're like, it didn't sound like that, because it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't sound like that. You're right, because it introduces all these different random sounds, and you're like, I don't know what the fuck I did. Like, but if you know your setup and you know what it sounds like when you do get into the car, like you'll end up making those adjustments just naturally. Like I knew that those KRKs in my environment made it, like if I had the bass and it sounded good, I had to turn it down like 3-4 dBs, like just to get it to be reasonable. Otherwise it was blowing that shit out the water.
Yeah, that's how these are in here. Yeah.
So you just gotta know that. When you know that already, you're gonna just start with that position. You'll be like, all right, yeah, it sounds good, bring it the fuck down. But that's like the car test. One of the guys that I taught about engineering, he built his own studio eventually, and he spent $70,000 on all of his. He built a studio, kind of like I did, like just built the studio. I didn't spend that much money. I built it my fucking self. And But what he did that I love is he took an old car and he fucking put the car is in the fucking the wall, so that you can do the car test. Yeah, it's half a car in the wall.
That's wild.
It's fucking dope as shit. You had like, yo, you want to do the car test? Just go sit in the car right there. It's like that's awesome.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Man. That's when you got too much money right there.
I mean, but it was an old piece of shit car. Like, it didn't run. And so
Yeah.
he got it for nothing.
Uh-huh.
But it's like, it's just the sound of that bitch is fucking on though. Like, he made sure it sounded good and all that shit. It's like, fuck yeah, that's what the hell? I'm taking out a wall here. Like, we get in the car.
Yeah. Isn't that almost like the same thing as getting the oh my god, the smaller speakers? What do you call those?
Oh, you talking about the
Yep.
damn it, I have one on my marketplace right now. It's the one square. The
What is it called? I can't think of the name of it.
unit. I don't know. It'll come to me because I'm literally I got two of
Yeah,
them
me too.
that I'm trying to close on with somebody. They want them for $100.
Because that's almost like having a car speaker. Like, I'm just putting it out there because I know that's what they did in the studio.
Yeah.
They would go switch back and forth between the two different, the bigger speakers and your main speakers, and then the I forgot the name of it.
Absolutely, like 100%.
Yeah.
People will. I'm trying to find it because I literally was just talking to this dude. But I save a lot of shit. Nope. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Avatone. Yeah, the mix cube.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yep, the Avatones. The Avatones are fucking awesome, man. Like, and the only reason that they're awesome isn't because they're great speakers, because nobody's gonna have those and be listening to like their favorite album and be like, yeah, I love it. They imitate what it's like to play it through like your phone. It's like like so. When I actually test my shit, like when I feel like it's to that point, I'm gonna test it on my headphones, like my studio headphones. I'm gonna test it on like earbuds or earpods. Then I'm gonna go and listen to it on the speakers here, both sets, like the JLBs, then the Yamahas. Then I'll listen to it on the PA. Like I'll listen to it over the PA, and then the final test is the car test. It's like, all right, so it sounds good on all of those. I already know it's gonna sound good in the car, but gotta make sure that one last check. If you don't mix in mono at any point in your mix, you will regret it, because 80% of all music discovery is done on the phone now. So like they're listening from their phone, like from the speaker on their phone. So if you can't make it sound good in mono, which is phone, you're already screwing. You're screwing it up. I personally, I've done it once. I had produced this metal band, spent a shit ton of time on correcting somebody else's capture, and just producing that album, and it sounded great, amazing on speakers out loud and everywhere that we went, like even in the car. But it sounded terrible on the phone, the worst ever on the phone, because it was canceling out.
So is that your thing now? You mix in mono first and then switch over to stereo?
I check in mono, like every so often. I'll just go, okay, mono, listen through one time and go, okay. And I remember another thing is like a trick that somebody told me a long time ago, and I've stuck to it for a while now, is listen to it through, or until you get 4 things that you have to change. Once you get those 4 things like in your mind, go in and fix those 4 things specifically, and then keep doing it until you only have 2 things, 3 things. I think he said 2, but like if you have 2 things that are wrong and you've listened to it through many times, made all these changes, so on, leave them, like, because I've sanitized albums before. Like I've overproduced or overmixed it, been like, no, it can be perfect, it can be right, and just kept working on it because it was that important to me. Then you lose the magic, and you're like, where the fuck did it go? Like, what did I put on here that lost that life and that dynamic or whatever? So if you got like
that bounce to it.
Yeah, you got like 1, 2 things, or that imperfection. People don't want to hear perfect, and that's where we're gonna go to. With AI doing music the way it does, 97% of people can't tell the difference. They cannot tell the difference. So it's
now
perfect.
how the hell because it takes the swing out of the drum. Now a human, it's not gonna hit the same velocity
right
for every tom, cymbal, kick, whatever part of the drum. It's not gonna be like, and that's what I'm learning too. I'm learning it, and trying not to hit that quantize button when I am messing with the drums. When I'm trying to set the drums.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yes,
Don't
it
do it.
just messes it,
Yeah.
especially in like your South America sounds and stuff like that, like your Latin
Oh,
music
yeah.
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, you
It
got. I mean, you got to
it
pick the
com-
right. You got to be even be able to do so. So like you have to
Mhm.
be able to tell the difference for one. Like that's a big thing. Is you got to be able to tell the difference in is it sanitized or whatever. But like with certain type of music like reggae, if you're right on,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
you ain't gonna get it. You ain't
It
gonna
just
feel good.
doesn't. You ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna.
Nope.
That rhythm has to be off a little bit,
It
just a little
has
bit.
to. And so like
And I think they talked about that with Dr. Dre too, and especially in his early days.
Yep.
Like there was some spacing in there when it was off a little bit because you want that space because that's a natural thing. Like your brain, it wants that. That's what it recognizes. That's why the sonic is so
it's
like
interesting.
amazing in Dr. Dre's his production.
Yeah, it's
You know?
interesting, and that's what it comes down to is like it's very interesting versus like it's just It feels mechanical. You took all the life out
Yeah.
of it, all that chaos
Mhm.
and soul noise that we talked about earlier.
Mhm.
That's what we do and we do
Yeah.
it well. So and people recognize when it's overproduced. Pop does that though. Pop is very on it's very formulaic. It's less feel, and it's like make it as clean as possible. Make it like they have these elements that are just like sanitized, and then you hear it immediately. Most people can't.
Oh, of
You have
course. A
specific
lot of
training.
auto-tune, all that stuff. Yeah,
You
yeah.
got training to know what a compressor sounds like. Like most engineers I've met, like they don't even know how. Like they can't hear if it's too much compression or not enough compression. It's like because that's a skill. You have to train your ears to be able to understand it. You
Yeah.
can understand it visually, but take your eyes out of the game when you're mixing because it's not for your eyes; it's for your ears. So listen to it, and you can hear it almost immediately once somebody points it out to you. Until then, you're like, I don't know. I put a compressor on here because they told me you're supposed to. Like, I know the settings
Now
it's
I'll
supposed
tell
to
you
be.
this. Yeah, I'll tell you this real quick. Now, yeah, with the crafts, but I learned a lot more. Actually, they taught me the fundamentals, right? How to get in there and look at the EQ and do all that kind of stuff. But I learned a lot more getting on YouTube and then using my ears, knowing where the mid sits and your um, lows and your highs, and that went by actually listening and making sure nothing like um, clashes together because you don't want it too muddy,
Yep.
obviously, and you don't want so that sweeping, that whole technique of sweeping through the different sounds for each element and everything. I didn't learn that at Crass. I did not.
No. Yeah,
What
'cause
I learned mostly at Crass was using the soundboard, like the actual
physical equipment, the analog,
the console itself.
which
Like
is
the
crazy because
analog equipment.
you're not gonna come across consoles in the wild, very very
Mhm.
rarely. Now, do you know how to operate one?
The
Sure,
Bay.
but you're never gonna get a
Yep.
fucking SSL. You're never gonna get the Avid boards unless you're like
I want it.
essentially if you're in churches. I will say that like they got the nicest equipment. So if you want to learn any of
Mhm.
that, go get with your church because they and if you don't go to church, pick one. Like they
And that's
absolutely
what
have those.
craft is. They're teaching you to go out and work in the professional setting somewhere. So that's what crafts really is about. So if you do want to go and work for like the Sphere in Las Vegas,
Fuck yeah.
that has some of the best audio technology out there, but they also have the console. I forgot the
Mhm.
name of it. I'm forgetting all my names.
It's probably
like
gonna
I
be
used
I
to.
mean, it'd probably be the C9
Yeah.
or the C2 from Avid, because Avid controls all of it.
Avid, that's
Yeah,
it. Avid,
the
yes.
Avid boards.
Yeah,
Because
and
Pro
it's
Tools,
huge.
Pro Tools is the
Uh-huh.
best. I'm gonna leave it on this one, which is like, Pro Tools had the best marketing campaign of any company ever. They literally went
Mhm.
to everybody in California and said, "Hey, and everybody in the majors. They went to them and they said, "Here, we're gonna give you the Avid boards. We're gonna train you how to do it, and we're gonna give you the software to do it. This is gonna cost you a lot less, and it's gonna be free to you. But we're gonna be able to say it's the industry standard because they planted their equipment in there. Nobody's gonna turn down a $60,000 board and be like,
And that's
you
how
know,
they
in
work
training.
on.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great investment in their marketing, like, because that's what I still hear people say it, like, it's the industry standard. No, it's not. The industry doesn't give a shit what you use. If it sounds good, it sounds good. I've seen people make Fruity Loop beats. I've seen people make
I started off at FL.
that's Fruity Loops FL. That's how you know when you got in. Like, if you say Fruity Loops, you've been doing this a long time.
Yeah, Fruity Loops. Yeah, Fruity Loops.
But that's
I was told early on, don't you ever say Fruity Loops. I'm like, well, that's what it is, though.
That's what it is. What's that FL stand for? Is it Florida? Is that what it is? Nah, they can't say
And when I
that.
went to NAM,
Yeah.
it didn't say Fruity Loops. It said FL Studio.
Mhm.
They didn't even put the whole name up there.
Yep.
Because they knew.
That's it. That's what it's known by. FL. Yeah, they don't like Fruity Loops. They don't want to. They don't want to go by that
They
because
don't
Fruity
put it
got a
up there
name.
like that.
Fruity got a name for itself. They didn't want that kind of marketing. Like, that's really what it was. But yo, I can sit here and talk nerd. I can talk nerdy to you anytime. We talk
Yeah.
nerd over here. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate
Yeah, thank you so
taking
much
your
for
time.
having me.
No thing. What I gotta ask you though. What's your how do they get a hold of you? How do they find you?
Okay, so I am on. I gotta look through all my. I got a bunch of them. So, so I actually changed my thing. Hold on 1 second. Give
Tell me
1
they
second.
all match.
So it's Queen.J89. Yep.
Okay.
For IG.
Queen dot.
Then there's exercise. Yeah, exercise Queen 89 on TikTok.
Okay.
And then it's Queen J channel on YouTube. And those are the three I go to TikTok, IG, and then Facebook. I got a brand new. I just opened it up. Give me 1 second here, 'cause I
There we
don't
go.
wanna mess it up.
We should put the if you'll put them in the comments too, so people can just go and click, because you know how people is.
Yeah. I'll put that in the comments right now. I'm only on IG right now.
Yeah. No. So what I said though, what I'll do is when we re-put it out, we'll put it in the comments.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's
So
what
my
this is.
Facebook right now,
Yeah.
the one that I want everybody to go to is Queen J Productions on Facebook.
Queen J Productions.
That's
on
the other
Facebook.
one.
And that's J-A-I, like it is on screen.
Yeah. Queen
'cause
J.
I would
Yeah,
make
and I
that
say it
mistake.
like that, J.
That's why I gotta say, all right, this is brought to you by Shadowworks Entertainment. Also, where it's gonna be available is ownlane.com. That's OWNLN.com. I have to spell it every single time because I found out that people were going to own lane spelled out, and I was like, and they don't even get it when it's OWNLN. So it was like, all right, make it part of the thing, make it part of your habit to spell it out every time. But yeah, no, I appreciate the time. It's always a good conversation. We're gonna do this again for sure. And
Yeah, invite me whenever.
oh yeah, done. I'm gonna hold you to it. If you'll stay on for just a second, so I can let the video load here, because that's the one thing that I do love about Riverside as well, is that like this was recorded from your side. So anytime where it looked like it was breaking up or any of that, it's gonna be perfect from your side. Like it's recorded on your side of it, and then it corresponds at the end. So, until next
Once
time.
I took down all the apps I had open,
ain't had no problems whatsoever. Zero. Alright, we got media going out. I'm gonna play that as the outro too now. I'm
Okay.
glad they put that up. Bam. Till next time, shooting the shits. Boom.